Dun. Dun, dun. Oh shit. Check it out, dog. Finally. It's finally done. Look at the studio.
It fucking looks great. Did they give you did they give you the sunglasses as like a gift?
Dude, yeah. Safety glasses gotta be worn.
Safety glasses. Right.
The future's bright.
That's right. I like the grand piano in the back of the studio.
Yeah,
just in case you need to go tickle the ivories.
Well, that was the hardest part to get in the sliding black door. I got a sliding glass door, but it ain't that damn big. You know what I'm saying?
I see that. You just like put it in there and then built the studio around it.
Yeah. Shout out to metushy.com sponsoring. Shout out to who's our other sponsors? Oh, I can't remember. Sorry, sponsors. Oh,
yeah.
Fucking Pugs glasses. Get yours at Fastmark. These are $12.99, bro.
Oh shit.
They look good. Look, they look good. They protect you. They look good. They're not like super fancy where they don't get foggy. That shit pisses me off. They get a little foggy sometimes. But
you know, I looked at
if you lose them, bro. If you lose them, who can hold on? Who cares? You know, if you fucking lose them, who cares? I can't have expensive ass shit.
I was looking at Oakley's today, not because I am any particular fan of Oakley's, but to play golf in, right? And I need prescription. Them shits is $500 with prescription lenses.
Damn.
Yes. Fuck
Wait
that.
a minute. Is that when you wear them all the time and when you're in light, they're clear, and then as you walk in the darkness, they get like sunglasses?
No, regular prescription shit, man. All I want is a better pair of glasses. So Oakley's, I do know this because I used to work for Sunglass Hut when I was a much younger man.
Oh, and, wow.
Like
you
the
said Sunglass Hut. Sunglass Hut.
But you know, they're light and all that shit. And but the nose pieces, it's like if you sweat, it actually grips better and stuff.
Oh so no, I've had dude. Let me tell you a secret. I had plenty of Folkleys, and there's even some good Folkleys. But I didn't buy them. My cousin Mike, shout out to Mike Snap-on. He left them at my house, so I got some free Oakleys. I had them for like a year and a half before I lost them. And I know exactly what you're talking about. They're fucking awesome, bro.
There's a reason why they're.
I'm not saying they're not good. I can't own them because I will lose or break them.
Well, I can hold on to the glasses, and especially something I was thinking, $250 maybe, which would be steep. But like $500, there's no fucking way. Not going to do it. So, yeah, I'm looking for alternatives.
Yeah, with the new studio, I got a different setup for my camera. So my camera's in front of me, but you're on the side of me. So I keep watching you talk. I just need to pretend that you're across from me. That's what I need.
Yeah, I would look at me too if I were you.
Anyways, we didn't even start the show. You know what it is. That's Scott motherfucking Hicks. I'm G with 2 E's. This is the Let's Talk About It podcast, episode 21. It is fucking 7:47. It is 7/14/2021. It's a fucking beautiful day. Well, it's hot, but it's a beautiful day to be alive. Shout out to Joey Coco Diaz, baby. But if you want to join the show, all we do is talk about anything. You want to talk about something? Talk about it. If we want to talk about something, we'll talk about it. We're not fucking experts at nothing, right? Would you say that, Scott? Are you an expert?
Yeah, but nothing we're going to talk about.
Oh, okay. You're right. You probably are expert at that. Right. Me too.
Yeah. I have an area of expertise, but it ain't anything anybody wants to hear about. So
yeah, for sure.
Well, actually, I do a little webinar series about that shit. Not that I'm not shouting it out or anything, but I actually
Yeah, shout that shit out, boy. Look at
No,
the
no,
studio.
it's
Look,
nothing. It's
all the
nothing really.
shout outs. This is what got me my studio, bro. Look at that shit. That's all sponsorship money.
Well,
New
that is
mic,
fucking- yeah.
new mic, new studio, new
All
mixer.
right, so tell me about the mic. It's sounding good.
I don't know. Y'all gonna have to tell me. So I didn't do anything. I haven't I obviously adjusted the gain, but there's all kinds of shit you can do with it. There's a software I can go in and change my voice. Like I'll talk regular, but I'll be talking like an 80s radio broadcaster. Like it's got crazy shit like that. So I still playing around, you know what I'm saying? But I haven't had time to do any of it. I haven't even downloaded the software. Like literally, I plugged this mic in. I messed with the gain a little bit, and I'm just see what it sounds like. Unfortunately, on these podcasts, I can't tell what I'm sounding like until after the podcast and I re-listen to it.
No, it sounds good, man. It's tight.
And it was fucking cracking and popping. So as I'm watching the podcast last week's episode 20, I don't remember what the fuck it was about, but it was a pretty good one. You should check it out. And that was last week. If you missed it, it's still up there. We got a YouTube, everything. No excuses. When you come on here, we put the link on the bottom of the screen right there. See it? Scrolling. You type that into anything. Yes, your Android. Yes, your fucking Motorola flip phone. Well, probably not a Motorola flip phone, but anything after the Motorola Razr, you should be straight. You just pop it in and watch the show. I mean, you can watch the show on Facebook or YouTube, but you can join the show. And if you don't want to show your pretty little face, I know. Look at me. Look at him. We know that it can be intimidating. You understand? You come in here looking like a fucking hot mess, you are going to stand out. You agree, Scotty?
Yeah, To be fair, though,
look at us.
Smaller. Our share of the screen gets smaller, so maybe it's a little less intimidating when we add like another person or two. So. But I don't blame you. You could throw stuff in the comments. Too intimidated by two good-looking men in front of you, you can throw things in the comments, and we'll make fun of you for not coming on, but we'll probably at least address you or give you a shout out. So you need to do.
Oh yeah, definitely. And if you don't want to show your freaking pretty ass face, comment section. Just type what you want to talk. We'll have a conversation through the comment section. So,
right.
Yes, we'll know it's you. Obviously, you're making the comment. But if you want to come in, say something. Say, hey, man, what's up? We could put you up on the screen and give you a real shout out. You know what I'm saying?
Right. That's right.
That's all it is. It's real easy. We sit down with two mics and two dudes, and we fucking talk about it. What are we going to talk about today? What are we going to talk about today? One topic, and hopefully somebody can help us out with this shit. Because once again, I want to be perfectly clear from our end of the Let's Talk About It podcast and put this out for the record. We do zero show prep, right? This dude, my co-host, sometimes forgets what day it is and don't even show up. You know what I'm saying?
I show up. Whoa.
You show up late.
I've been here every time. I was really late one time, but I was here. I'm here every time.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
So show prep, we actually have fallen off the wagon a little bit on that. You used to send me some things.
Yeah, just like to think about what. Man, by the time my day starts and before I know it, I'm just like, God damn, it just doesn't stop, man. It's just.
Well, I today was another.
I have the list right here, and all I had to do was text it to you, and I didn't even have time to do that.
It was 7:00. I was sitting on the back deck, hanging out with Jacob, talking with him. And I realized, oh shit, it's Wednesday. All right, kid, we got to wrap this up pretty quick because I got I'm hanging with G. We got to do this. But
we got
to do this. Another day when I forgot.
Yeah, it could have been, but like, or I'll text you and ask you or call you and be like, yo, you got any show ideas? And you're like, holy shit, it's Wednesday. Like, that's what I'm saying. We don't do show prep. We just don't.
That's right.
So,
but our sponsors love us for that. The spontaneity is really what keeps that.
They just want the live
sponsor
reads.
cash rolling in.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do an unpaid shout out to HelloFresh this week.
Oh, Yeah, I heard. I saw a little. Well, maybe we could bring up some pictures.
Do we have some? Did Michelle post
Yeah,
something? I haven't
we
been on
got
Facebook.
some. We got somebody.
Oh, did she post the one of me and Jacob?
Oh yeah.
Did you really? Yeah, buddy. So HelloFresh, she got something through something.
I was gonna ask you about that.
Yeah,
Did it fucking taste good or not, bro?
Oh, I know what it was. All right. Well, first of all, we bought tickets to a show. And somehow she got like 12 free HelloFresh meals just for us buying tickets to this show.
Damn.
And so she's like, well, I'm going to add a couple to that. And because Jacob tends to eat quite a bit. But and she was real busy this week, and she's like, well, do it this week because I'm not going to be around that much, and I'm not going to be fixing dinner, so it'll be up to the fellas. And that shit is good. That's no lie.
And how many? So how many do you say? How many would you say that you have before you tell us they're fucking good?
Well, we've had 3 meals this week. We got one more left. So, and it's good. It's fucking easy. It's good. It's fast. It's kind of awesome. There it is. That's my boy.
Yeah, look, I just want to ponder on that for a second. That's a great picture, right? He's cooking. I guess he has no shirt on with the apron, so that's cool. And he's rock out fucking dope shit, right? And look at you,
right.
Fucking always clean and sexy as fuck. A little awkward. You looking down at the camera. You could have smiled a little bit more.
I'm not. I don't do selfies.
Well, it's not. That's boathy.
Right. Well, it was just something to send to Michelle because I thought she'd get a kick out of it.
Oh, she was
me and him with the apron. I thought that would be the funny part.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna tell you the funny part. Okay.
All right.
And I love Jacob, and I love you. So.
Yeah.
This is coming from the heart, okay? I'm pretending that I don't know you, okay? And this picture gets posted on my feed, right? I don't know you like I know you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying, bro? I'm gonna be like, damn, that's a cute couple, and he's wearing a salmon shirt. They both got aprons. He don't have a shirt. Like that is like almost an advertisement, right? That's exactly what I thought if I didn't know you. Look at that. Tell me when I'm wrong. You know what I'm saying?
No. As soon as you started that, I was like, yeah, I get what you're saying.
But it was good. They're expensive. I was thinking about they got Blue Apron and Fresh fucking Kitty or whatever the fuck it's called. They have a bunch of them now, but I think they're a little pricey, and I don't think that works for me.
Yeah, no, I mean we've looked into this stuff a while back, and it was too expensive. But
yeah, I feel like you're still cooking it. It's not like you're calling Blue Apron and the shit's showing up. You put it on your fucking dinner table and you're good. You're still cooking.
Yeah.
Right. So what the fuck? Why you need them?
You know what I'm saying? I don't know. You know what?
Convenient to have certain ingredients for a certain meal, I guess.
Yeah, you don't have more ingredients than you need, so you don't have shit going bad. I think that's a good selling point. It's better probably for people like me than Michelle. Like Michelle is really good about just looking at what we got and coming up with stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Like, she looks at like we got this, and this. Okay, now I got a meal in my mind. Me, I'm one of those people. I got to have shit planned out. I cannot cook without a plan. So it's super good for that. And it's like 30 minutes. Seriously, each of them has been about 30 minutes, and the shit's tasty. She's been buying from the healthy stuff.
I want to know this about it because I'm sure they can make it taste good. Is it enough food?
Yeah.
Honestly, because I like leftovers.
The first night,
the next day.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, the first night we had leftovers. Now again, we're fixing 4 meals for 3 people. That's the way it. 4 servings for 3 people.
Yeah.
The first night was a pasta night, and there was quite a bit left over, and Jacob and I ate a lot. and we had a lot left over for Michelle. She was out. So, less, if you're looking at 3 adults, 3 meals is not enough. Or 3 servings isn't enough. You got to get 4. So yeah, I mean, the portion sizes are not huge, but I like leftovers too, but we're not, generally speaking, we're probably not going to have any from the, last night.
What happened? What happened here? Was the fucking oven on fire?
Oh no. No, she was, I had just turned the light on so I could check on that chicken. And Michelle was like, she just snapped the picture. Actually, she tried to snap a picture and I stood up too fast and she's like, oh, I was trying to get a picture of you looking in the oven. I was like, all right. So then I looked at the oven on purpose.
God. True. We just went from 3 viewers to fucking 0 viewers.
God damn it.
But shout out to the sponsor. What is it? Hello Kitty?
Hello Fresh. Hello Kitty.
Hello Fresh. Hello Fresh. Okay, so in my notes, oh shit. Here we go. This is gonna be good. Now, this is good because I have something on my notepad. I was just about to call this dude. And be like, why did I put angry cop as a note? Because he went through these notes with me. Fucking probably the #1 fan of the show, has watched every fucking episode 100% of the way. My boy and yours, Nuck, is in the building. What's up?
You can't go over that topic right now, man.
What topic?
The angry cop.
All right,
yeah.
What was it?
You can't go over that until TJ's in.
Oh, got you. So they go together. So Air Force PRT and Angry Cop go together. That's right. I watched the video you sent me. What's up, man?
Oh shit, man. Sorry, I'm late. I had to finish up my air handler PM.
Oh, shut the fuck up. Me and Justin talked about you today. You went completely overboard with that, by the way. But it's dope. And now Justin wants to do the same thing.
It's not overboard, man. It's the correct way.
I understand it's the correct way. I'm talking about you're buying contacts and fucking capacitors for when they go bad. That's over the top, bro.
See, now I don't know about Justin, but I know you. See, you weren't a Boy Scout at any time in your life. I wasn't like a lifelong Boy Scout, but you got to be prepared, man.
That's right.
Were you hold on? First of all, Scott, this is my boy Nuck. We went to the military together. We've known each other for 20 plus years. Like fucking brothers, bro.
Nice.
But
good to meet you, man.
Scott, he knows up and Nuck knows. Hold on, I gotta let this fucking cat out. My brand new studio. You pissing all over my shit.
All right, I'm just gonna say I'm with you, Nuck, on having that backups. In fact, there's a military saying. I wasn't in the military, but I picked it up because I fucking liked it. That 2 is 1 and 1 is none, and that's a good reason to have backups. That's why you have backups.
Oh, it's a fucking genius idea. I'm just saying. He said, I'm going home to PM my fucking unit because I'm already fucking sweaty. So I'm just going to do mine, which makes sense, right? Already got the shit in hand, ready to rock. Now he talking about he just finished it. That was yesterday. So that means he been PM for 2 fucking days. There's only 1 unit.
Well, I did the outdoor unit yesterday, and by the time I finished that, I was like, there's no way I'm hopping in that attic, man. I'm freaking drenched already. And that was after I was on the rooftop all day too, you know?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So he was doing them at work. Hi, Mom. He was doing them at work. And so he was already sweaty and nasty. And he, got the cleaner in his hand. So I'm going to do mine. That's what he told me. So I figured a couple of hours. This 24 hours later, he's just finished.
All I did at work was filter changes and belt checks. I didn't do any coil cleaning at work.
Oh. Well, that's
if I'd have done that at work, there would have been no way I'd have came home and done
it. Hell no. So we can't do our first topic.
Right, hold it off.
What did y'all already go over? Just so I'm
well, first of all, Scott, pre-podcast, I kind of gave Scott an idea. I said if TJ's on, we have a topic, but we're not going to do it if TJ's on. So I told him what it is. but I couldn't remember what Angry Cop was, but then I remember. That video is hilarious, by the way. And if I play it, I'm not going to play it's pretty long. I wish I had time to just cut the pieces I want of it, but that dude's hilarious.
Told you.
But we only want to do that with TJ. So the next thing would be the spaceship. And the one thing that me and Howie already disagree on is, well, we don't know, either one of us. He heard $250,000 a ticket to go up in the spaceship like they did on the Virgin Conquest.
Not for the ones that just went. I'm saying like that's the
price,
estimated
yeah.
future.
And they
future
said
price
that,
of it.
Well, they already said they named like 4 or 5 celebrities that already bought their tickets. But I think I heard 2.5 million. He thinks he heard 250,000. Scott, don't you think that would be more expensive than 250,000?
I'd think so, just because
going to
why
fucking
the fuck
space,
not?
bro. I feel like I paid 12 grand to go to Cali.
I'm just saying like that's the future, like what they're looking for it to cost in the future for like what airline tickets are now. Like that's what they expect the future space tickets to be.
Slam, son.
Like it's not like you're going on a trip to different locations on the motherfucker, you're just going up the freaking float for a few minutes.
Exactly. It's 7 minutes.
It's just a freaking amusement ride at that point.
All right. So the next question is Scotty too fucking I know everything. So people got upset with America because they're like, that ain't a first time they went and took civilians to outer space. That doesn't count as outer space. It's only 50 miles above something. Howie thinks he knows the word. Go ahead, say it. Not atmosphere.
I don't know the exact one they were at. It's not the stratosphere. It's not the one above that. It's the third.
Yeah. So NASA and the United States of America are the only people that consider what they did going to outer space. Yeah, but they were floating, and if you looked out the window, you could see the fucking Earth.
It's like it starts 50 miles above the atmosphere.
All right, this is like what I read was they were suborbital, which means that you have to constantly be propelling yourself in order to stay above the Earth. To me, that's not outer space.
Oh, so you're agreeing? You don't think?
I read one article about this, by the way.
Okay, take the outer of it. Take outer of it. Is it space?
Is it inner space?
That's what I'm saying. Is it space?
I don't think so. The other thing is they said that there was an hour flight and only 4 minutes were without gravity. That doesn't seem like outer space to me.
Well, did you see how they launched it?
No,
it was the first one of its kind. They had 2 Virgin airplanes with the rocket in the middle. They got to Mach 1, I think, and then he drops off and hits the afterburners. It's not a rocket launch from the ground.
Right.
Yeah, they're like piggybacking.
Almost like a big glider.
I don't know what you consider that. I know personally when I read that they were suborbital, I was like, no, that's not fucking outer space. Outer space is where you can step outside of that thing and just float around. So that's my.
Oh yeah, because they can't.
That's my.
That's what you're saying. They have to stay moving.
Well, I mean, when you're orbital, you're moving too, but you're essentially you don't need propulsion to maintain an orbit when you're high enough up. Essentially, you're falling over the edge of the Earth continuously. You're falling.
Whoa, edge of the Earth, flat earther, are we?
No. You're falling over the horizon. You're essentially falling.
It's a very large arc.
Yes, at the same speed that the Earth is turning, you're falling around it. And that is orbital. So you don't need to be propelled. Gravity does that for you. It keeps you falling around the Earth.
Okay.
But if you're suborbital, that means you've got to have rocket propulsion if you want to maintain your altitude, or you're constantly just getting closer and closer to the Earth. So I don't think that's outer space personally.
What about you, Howard? Is it outer space?
No. No.
Much as I would like to have seen Branson really get into outer space ahead of Bezos, I don't think he did it.
They were in like one of the upper layers of the atmosphere.
That's disappointing, but nonetheless, it's a cool trip, right?
Yeah.
So you go up there. I think you got 10 minutes or so. You unbuckle. You're floating around. You look out the window. You're literally looking at the globe. You're above it, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's a good enough shot for me. I just want to know. Literally, I'm asking both of you for a specific number or a number, any number that you want to do. Is how much? What's the least amount of money that you like? What is your limit of what you would spend to do that? Honestly, you had an opportunity.
The most?
Yeah, like I'm not gonna. It's worth this, but I'm not going any higher.
To go where they went?
The same thing they just did.
I wouldn't spend anything on that.
You wouldn't do that.
No.
Anything? $500?
I don't. Honestly, I don't think that is worth the risk of going up there.
Yeah, a lot of shit could go wrong.
Well, I can't really say. I don't know. Really, I'd have to be briefed on what the risks are anyway. But let's just say that I felt the risk didn't figure into how much it should cost. It's just based on the experience itself. I still wouldn't pay that much. I don't have much fucking money. I mean,
I'm just saying. No. Not 250,000
for an hour.
Give me a number. Give me a number.
If I was going to spend, money to go somewhere other than Earth, I would have to have a destination.
Yeah.
Whether it be the moon or another planet.
What if you went up from the U.S. and they brought you down like in Australia?
That'd be kind of dope.
You'd be somewhere else. That's right.
That would be kind of dope.
I'll tell you what. If they did that, and I could get return airfare, I don't know, $1,500, $2,000.
Well, listen, $200. Listen, that's what. Well, that's the whole idea. They want it to be. What do they call it, Howie? Commercial space travel, or whatever.
Commercial airline.
Yeah,
commercial space.
They're going to sell tickets to do that.
But I think you got it right though, Nook. I mean, it's just the amusement park ride, unless you're going somewhere.
Yeah,
but back. I mean,
well, technically you are. You're going to space.
Nah, I went to
not according to you fucking two NASA fucking graduates.
I went to the state fair one time, and my girlfriend paid $20 a piece for us to go up in one of those little helicopters. Real deal, and that was cool. Right. But I didn't go anywhere. I came right the fuck back, and that's the same thing as this. It's just a little bit further up. But if you're coming back to the same place, it's just a ride is all it is.
Gee, you got to fly in a helicopter off of one ship to another ship, didn't you?
Yeah, sure did.
Now, there's the destination. You got to do something cool.
Two different kinds.
Yeah. So I don't know. It's not worth that much to me. Like you said, it's a glorified amusement park ride. We got bragging rights, How much are bragging rights worth? I don't know. I don't brag that much. All right, people, come on.
Hold on. Trying to get this dude to come on the podcast. He has his own podcast, and he's live right now. So I just messaged him.
Gee, you're frozen. Oh.
Anyways, whose dog is that?
That's not my. That's Howie's dog.
So they went. They went.
Shit! New topic.
All right.
No, go ahead.
I was gonna say they went 50 miles, but they didn't reach what internationally is agreed the edge of space, which is the Kármán line, which is 62 miles.
62 miles.
They still had.
Hey,
it says the Earth's atmosphere still goes many thousands of miles beyond that.
Oh, so they're not even outside the Earth's atmosphere.
No.
Damn.
They went through the second and third.
Guess who's in the
second
building?
and third layer.
TJ, BE double hockey sticks. There he is.
What's going
In
on?
Oh,
In the new
Okay.
shop.
No, I'm in the garage.
That's your shop, right? Oh no,
No.
not the garage.
No, the shop though is fine. I got the roof put on today.
Yeah, I've been
Nice.
following your progress.
Wait the fuck.
There it is.
oh,
There it
walk
is.
over to it.
Damn,
Damn.
that looks like about a mile and a half away, bruh.
You ain't pushing that,
I
huh?
had somebody from Nevada trying to call me.
Actually, I think he said he did
What'd you
push
say?
mow it, didn't you? Didn't you push mow last week?
Man, yeah. There's a lot. There's a lot to mow. But it's my exercise though. So it's whatever. But yeah, we got the roof on, the shingles. I fixed the electrical that was already out there. That works now. The heat pump shows up tomorrow. Then I'll probably be able to get some work done. Finally.
Sweet.
Yeah, but now
Nice.
you're probably too tired to do that shit.
And I'm tired of shit. I'm so tired.
know. I wonder if it gets
I finally-
any better.
I don't know. I just now got the last bit of stuff unpacked out of the trailer that was out in the driveway. So I finally don't got to unpack anything else. Now I just got to move everything out of the garage into the house.
Nice.
Ugh. At least you're there. Yeah, they just like right before the podcast started, like when Scott logged in, he heard the hammers and shit still going. See the new studio, boy. Bam, bam. Finally, we are in business, bruh. We are in business, bruh.
Where
So-
are you? Or is that just your background?
That's my new shit. We just finished, bro. I got fucking drywall on my fucking nose and shit. That's my new shit. Mitushi is our official sponsor. They paid for everything except the desk chair. Desk chair I had, but that's it. Hey TJ, this is my boy. I know his name says Nux. We never use our real names. I don't know why, but it's Howie. That's my boy. We's in the military together. Long time listener. He's listened to every single podcast. He's heard every story. He's part of it. And we finally got him on this bitch.
Thank you for your service, sir.
I'd be an OG if I would have came on, but you know.
Yeah. No
That's fair.
OG status. And I don't know what happened to Mr. fucking and whatnot. Michelle must have really pissed him off
I
with
don't
that the Christian can't be love gay people or something. Whatever it was.
I'm like
He
you, TJ. I've been watching since before this. Been watching since Who Cares?
Yeah. Original.
Oh, so
gang.
you saw me wearing a dress then.
Oh yeah. So you shaved your head, beard.
Ah, that's OG right there.
Yeah, a long time ago.
That's awesome. It feels like you know somebody, you know what I'm saying?
No.
Feel like we know we do know each other. But just getting together like this, you obviously get to know people better.
Oh, I got a question. It's not even a topic. It's just something that I know it'll irk you. What the fuck is your boy Richard Sherman doing?
I knew that shit was gonna happen. First of
What
all,
is he
I got
doing?
you. Hold on. I just gotta plug in my. I got you. You know what? Y'all talk about it. See if Scott knows about it. See if Howie's. I didn't get to talk to Howie about it. He's a Niner fan too, by the way. And I will address this topic, but I'll be right back. You guys start.
All right.
Man.
I have no idea. I am not up to date on any news. Helps
At
out.
6 o'clock in the morning, he was arrested for like domestic burglary, and he's being held without bail.
What?
So,
What
yeah,
What is it if it's not domestic burglary?
I ain't got a clue. That's just when I first read it, I saw domestic. I was like, oh, he done went and hit somebody.
He got charged with a DUI and a hit and run as well. I'll tell you the story. Hold on.
Woo. Well, he ain't getting out no time soon.
Is it international burglary?
I don't. She got me. All I know is that all the things keep saying, the headlines keep saying free agent. I'm like, that motherfucker ain't free right now. His ass is sitting there.
That's an incarcerated agent.
Yep. He ain't going nowhere.
What the fuck?
I don't know, man.
Am I mistaking him for somebody else? But I thought Richard Sherman was like an actual educated fellow. Wasn't
Oh yeah, he went to Stanford.
Yeah, he did. I mean, he's
Stanford.
educated, and I don't know, man.
Really?
Some of the shit these guys do, though, it blows my mind. I mean, they're all college, athletes, graduates. But
Yeah, well, I always figure that most of them kind of they took the athletic route, which is easier classes and stuff like that. But I thought Sherman was kind of like might have had like a meaningful degree of some sort,
He does. He does. Thomas will tell you what it's in. I can't recall what it's in, but it is a legit degree program.
That's wild. There's no man. People are strange. Man, that's weird.
Yeah.
So that is a good question, TJ. I appreciate you bringing that up. And apparently, nobody has any answers.
That was all. I don't even know the whole story. I saw a headline, and then I got to working, and then the girls needed baths and everything else. I was like, all right, I just didn't have time to look into it. But
I think a lot of athletes get that mentality, just like a lot of Hollywood people. Think they can just get away with stuff.
Untouchable.
I'm just seeing some headlines here. Richard Sherman in custody after arrest at in-laws' home and car accident.
There you go.
And, Richard Sherman's wife tells 911 dispatcher NFL star threatened suicide. Damn. So there's some issues here.
She's probably just saying that to get them to take their guns away.
Get their CTE?
Maybe.
I don't know. It's just weird, though.
Yeah. Well, the other thing I think about with stuff when stuff like this happens and there's no, they don't like have a drug history or anything like that. I think about the CTE, man.
Yeah, absolutely.
That they just do crazy shit, and I wouldn't surprise you if he threatened suicide. I mean, that's like one of the big things that happens with CTE. They either commit suicide or they want to commit suicide. My wife's uncle played in the NFL back in the late 50s and early 60s. And he did eventually commit suicide, I think in the late 60s. But that's wild stuff. I mean, it was going on back then. I mean, obviously it's a big leap to say that it was definitely CTE, but you got to think it might have something to do with it.
Yeah, it makes you wonder.
I think he's more delivering concussions than receiving them.
Yeah, well.
Yeah. But I mean, I think a lot of it has to do, again, like you were saying, that untouchable thing. I mean, some of them do some dumb shit. Like, I mean, like Tyreek Hill, Kareem Hunt, what was his name? Who's the dude that beat up his wife?
Baltimore Raven linebacker.
Play for the Ravens. Ray Lewis. Yeah.
Like, no, not Ray Lewis. It wasn't Ray Lewis.
Steve Lewis. Who the hell was it?
What did Ray Lewis? Ray Lewis. I don't know. There's a lot of it.
Ray Lewis had a history previously, like I think before his NFL career. I think.
Well, and now you got Deshaun Watson, who's being accused from like 30 different women of sexual abuse and harassment. It's whether that's true or not, that's different. That's a whole different story. But like,
that's a lot of.
I don't know. It's just weird to see people that are in the limelight that just get popped for doing dumb shit. It's like.
Smarts, I guess, and a damn sure. Apparently, they don't hold as much happiness as you might think either.
Yeah.
So.
Hey, G, what was the Baltimore Raven linebacker that beat his girlfriend or fiance up?
It's a long list. No, I'm just kidding. Beat his girlfriend up.
In the elevator.
We thought
In the
it,
elevator.
we thought
Ray
it, we
Wright,
thought it
Ray
was Ray
Wright.
Lewis.
Ray
Ray Wright.
Yo,
Right.
I know this is crazy, bro, but we're about to have the shortest podcast ever because my laptop's.
Oh shit. I think he was gonna say his laptop's about to die. Fellas, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay.
Does his laptop not have a plug-in cord,
I have no idea.
They didn't build an outlet anywhere near his new desk.
Yeah, we just keep on rolling. I don't think anybody can shut this thing down except for him.
That's true.
So we call this the G-list. Let's talk about it.
Yeah. I've actually got to run here shortly, though. I got to go get these girls out. They're giving Mama a hard time, but she's got a stomach ache, so she's in the bathtub. She's like, "Can you come upstairs at 8:30 and check on them?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'll check on them."
Oh, hold on, G's calling me. Hold on. You're on speaker, man. What up?
Yeah, just keep going. It'll keep streaming. Just keep going.
What are you coming back?
Yeah, I just can't find the fucking power cord. Where would the power cord be? That's ridiculous.
Can you guys hear
Plugged
me?
into the laptops. That's where it should be.
It's with your water, man.
Wasn't it crazy that I was like, when I was like, my laptop's gonna, and it does.
Yes.
That shit was like, it can't be more perfect. Even when I fuck up, it's greatness.
That's awesome. Oh, and we have look, you're missing the lovely Michelle. Straight from
Hey,
work.
Michelle.
Hey, trash.
Straight from the workout.
Yeah, she's come to take out the trash, but she's gonna leave me here. G's laptop died, so just now he's on the phone.
What were y'all talking about the first 20 minutes?
Just bullshit. We hadn't gotten into any of it. We had talked. Well, we had listed a couple of topics that we thought we might talk about, but just kind of normal bullshit.
Just regular
about, hello,
intro, what you've been up to type stuff.
Yeah, the kind of stuff. Here's one thing that I brought up to G. I don't know. Have you guys heard anything about this? Michelle said she heard something about it on Elliot in the Morning, which I don't listen to the radio, but that apparently they were talking about around the Richmond area. There's been DMT out there that kids are taking. Oh, there he is. That's been laced with fentanyl. Have you guys heard anything about that?
Hey, just hold on one second. I don't want to interrupt because I know it's y'all's podcast because I can't even fucking stay afloat. But my bad. The whole time, my boy and yours making a comeback, fucked his streak up last week. He better have a good reason why. He better have been a deep up in that shit,
Oh, shit.
because he had about 16 straight. Now he starts over tonight. What up, though?
What's going on, guys?
Mysterio.
What's happening?
Bruh,
What's
last
going
week
on?
was terrible, bro.
Oh, don't even try that shit. First of all, I got two things to have beef with you about.
What?
Straight off the jump.
What?
Two things. One, you fucked up and didn't come on the podcast, fucked up the streak. Now you're like third OG level. Nah, work your way back up.
demoted.
And the second of all, the last time you were on a podcast, maybe the podcast before, you were trying to convince me that Giannis was fucking trash.
100%. I still think
All
he
right,
is.
so he's averaging 41.5 points in the finals. Never been done since fucking Shaq. But he's
point being what?
but trash though.
He's trash.
Come on,
He's
dog.
trash, bro. 100% he's trash.
You're too old for that shit. You sound like my
Nah.
sons. They just say
Nah.
shit's trash and have no reason why. Just
No, he's tall, bro, and that's literally his only thing, bro. He's been in the league for 8 years. He has
there's a
no
lot
type
of people that
skill
are
set.
tall in the fucking NBA.
No, but
true.
that's the only reason he scores, bro. Look at his brother. His brother plays on the team with him. What's his name? Thanasis, right? Thanasis
I
plays
can't
on the
say
same
it.
team. All right, Thanasis plays on the same team with him. He's shorter than him. He don't get no burn, because he's
Yeah.
a bum too, bro.
No,
It
well,
runs
he
in the
might be
family.
a bone. He come off the fucking bench. He
Yeah,
and his
he's a
brother.
bum. he's trash, bruh. The whole team, the whole family's trash.
You
The whole Giannis Antetokounmpo, the family's
yo,
trash, bro.
first
These
of
dudes
all,
is trash.
you don't even know them people. You don't even know them. You don't know his mama. You don't even know their story, and you talk about the whole family trash.
Yes,
Yeah, mom and
They're just tall garbage.
they just tall
trash.
garbage. Straight basura mierda, bro. That's
Jason,
it.
hey
That's just-
Mysterio, that's my boy Nuck in the top right hand corner. It's my
You
boy
said
Howie.
Nucket?
Been fucking friends from day one. Matter of
Nuck.
fact, Howie would be the new
Oh,
record.
Nuck.
Howie knows me way longer than you did, Jason.
Oh, word?
Oh yeah.
Oh, back in the military days?
Yeah, Navy guy, another one. Navy. How you feel, TJ? How you feel about it, TJ?
You
It
ready
is what
to get
it
into
is.
this?
Anchors away, shipmate. Anchors away.
It is what it is. I don't know.
All right, well,
I mean, more power to the three of y'all. More power to you.
listen, hold on. I just want speaking of that,
You ready to get into this?
yo, we were fucking talking shit yesterday, and my man says, yo, let TJ Bell know that they changed the PRT requirements for the United States Air Force. Did you hear about that? Did you hear about that bullshit?
I did not hear about that.
Yo, pick this out, Mysterio. For their mile and a half, which we all know the Navy does a mile and a half too. And everybody makes fun of us because we only go a mile and a half. The Marines do 3, Army does 3. I get it. We got that hell too.
Yep.
But these motherfuckers
You ain't gotta run very far on a ship though.
yeah, that's true.
Facts.
And well, you don't for an airplane hangar bay either. You know what I'm saying? So these motherfuckers now have the option to walk that shit, dog.
Walk what?
They can walk the
Mile and a
PRT.
They could walk a mile and a half?
Yeah, just in case there's bullets flying over their heads, they can walk away. Like,
Bruh.
what the? That's it. They're not.
Bruh.
They're now joining the Coast Guard, Department of Transportation. That's it.
Stop
Jake,
it.
Man, look.
That's
Look,
not all.
You
Though.
cannot,
That's not all.
You cannot go damaging them high quality ACLs by running a mile and a half. It's not good business. Not good business.
He can't be serious right now. Yo,
No,
y'all
that's
could
dead ass
walk
serious.
it?
Go to
That's not all though. That's not all.
www.military.com.
All right, go ahead, Howie.
That's
What
not all. So they have the option to walk it, or they can do a shorter shuttle run.
What?
Shuttle run.
Yes. Then,
Okay.
then they have the option to do regular push-ups, or
No way.
or hold themselves in a raised position
Plank.
and lift their arms alternately.
What? For how long?
What is this fucking jazzercise?
It doesn't state that. It doesn't state that.
Oh my gosh, bro.
And then of course, like the other branches, they're saying instead of sit-ups, they have the option to do planks.
Wow.
Yeah, I can't get behind any of that. I can't get behind any of that.
I was about to say, TJ, I hope you don't co-sign on that shit, bro.
Nah, I'm not. My signature's not on that one. My signature's not on.
Oh shit. Oh shit, Mysterio.
I was about
Are
to
you
say.
gonna get your wish? Are you gonna get your wish, Mysterio?
What? What's my wish, guy?
Are you gonna get the podcast with the great Craig Robinson? Is
No, is
Craig
he here?
Robinson in the fucking room right now?
Wait, hold on.
Get ready.
Don't play games with me, bro.
In the building, Craig.
Dude.
What up, man? I can't. Oh,
You can't
he's
see
muted.
what the hell is going on?
What up, Craig?
It's not the real Craig Robinson.
That's not Craig Robinson, bro.
Oh,
What do you mean?
That's not Craig Robinson.
There you
It's
go.
not
Okay,
him.
what's up, what? You on location right now?
Yeah,
My
stupid.
agent,
Oh,
my
must
agent
be-
won't let me show my face unless it's monetized.
Oh, Pete.
Stupid.
Is he serious? That ain't Craig Robinson.
It's not,
Stop playing
yo.
games.
It's not.
Stop playing games with me.
It is.
It's not.
Yeah, y'all are some fucking fucked up characters.
So all this fucking time you want to talk to this man, now you don't got nothing to say. That's what you're
That's
telling me?
not Craig Robinson, bro. Stop
It
playing
is
games
Craig
with me.
Robinson. He is
No, it
not allowed to show his face or we get banned, bro.
Nah, I don't want to hear it, bro. I'm not
We
playing
can't have
games
that.
with you.
We can't have that.
All right,
That's not
after-
crazy.
Hey, I'll be right back. I got to go take away iPads. I'll be back in a minute.
Yeah, me too.
Oh,
Me
shit.
too. I'm not gonna lie. Hold on a second. Yo, Craig, if that's you, don't leave, bro. Don't fuck.
It's me.
What up, Craig?
3/4 of your podcast was just motherfuckers hanging around to see if it was actually me or not.
I know. Now they're gone. Look, we were messing with
Sorry,
Jason
sorry,
forever.
bro.
We were messing
Yeah.
with that dude forever. And fucking TJ.
We ain't messing. I'm Craig. This
TJ's
is
like,
Craig.
TJ, man, that ain't really him, man. And he still wanted to believe that shit. Dang.
That's awesome.
What's up, Craig? What you doing?
Just waiting for this game to come on.
Oh, yeah. Not till what, 9 something?
Yep.
You want Chris Paul to get his championship, right?
No, I'm with Miss. I was going to agree with Mysterio. I was going to say
That Giannis just trash.
Giannis trash,
Oh.
and then he just leaves, not believing it's actually me.
Oh, my God.
I was going to give.
They went to go.
I was going to give him some. I was going to give him some Pizza Hut coupons, but he done left, so he ain't going to get no Pizza Hut coupon.
Yeah. Hey, Scott.
I'll take it. You can send them over to me.
Total random question of the day.
Right, go.
If you are overwhelmed, right? You know what that means, right?
Yeah.
So you would also need. Oh, look who's in the building! Michelle, motherfucking Hicks, bitch.
Pew, pew, pew.
Bow, bow, bow. Land, she got a solid. Look at her. She's getting swole
Gun
like
joke.
that. Look at that shit. Oh, what was I saying? Squirrel, squirrel, squirrel. What was I saying?
You had a question for me.
Oh, the question is
I don't know.
overwhelmed. And you know, obviously know what
Yeah.
underwhelmed is. So
Yeah.
can you ever just be whelmed? Like when are you whelmed? You know what
It's
I'm
a great
saying?
question.
I was thinking about that
I
today.
think it's
You're
an awesome
overwhelmed and underwhelmed. So if you're not either one of those, you're just whelmed. I never heard that
I
shit
think
before.
so. Yeah. Like, well, everything's copacetic. I'm whelmed.
Copacetic. See, you always got to throw in other fucking words. I don't know what that means, bro. You
Copacetic.
can't have a
Come on,
joke.
man.
You can't have a joke if I don't know the fucking vocabulary. You know what I'm saying?
You really don't. You never heard copacetic before?
I
Jesus
heard it.
Christ,
I don't know what it means. Is that what you spray in your mouth and make your your
No, dude, everything's cool, man. Everything's copacetic.
It's episode.
Chloroseptic.
Chloroseptic,
yeah.
what they called, Craig? What they called that little
Everything's chloroseptic,
that hit it,
man.
hit
It's all good.
Cepasol.
Cepasol and fucking what's the other one? Chloroseptic, bitch. There was a rap lyric when I was growing up. It said, "I'm coming down your throat like chloroseptic." I should have thought about that before them words came out. I didn't think about that.
Yo.
Oh shit! He said, "Don't let Michelle hear this."
Oh. You're right.
Oh shit!
You missed
Nobody fucking cares, Mickey.
What did I miss?
it. Well, there was some talk about what'd you call it? A PRT? She ain't gonna know what PRT is.
Oh, the Air Force. This crazy ass shit. You got family in the Air Force? You better check on them, see if they still know how to fucking jog.
My whole family, bitch. Don't even. I'm an Air Force
Yeah, they
brat.
changed. So they changed the PRT to where for boot camp, the 1.5 mile run. Now you can walk
Not-
it if you want.
Not at boot camp. All the
Oh.
time.
The whole time, yeah. For boot camp all the way through. Every time they got to get a PRT test, which is every 3 months, Howie.
Every 6 or
Yeah,
12.
maybe every 6 months.
They get to
And now
walk.
they get to walk.
Depends.
it.
I think it
They don't
depends on
have
your.
to, they don't have to do sit-ups anymore. They
I
can just do
remember when my
plank.
daddy used to do it. I remember when he would start working out like 2 weeks beforehand, trying to get it so that he could pass the darn thing.
What?
He worked with the general, the base general. And so he
No,
had a
he
pretty
didn't.
cushy job. So he had to work hard to make it through the physical.
You're just now you're just over here fucking name dropping.
My sister
Generals
spent
and shit.
26 years in. My brother-in-law spent over 26 years. My brother was in the Coast Guard.
That doesn't count either.
Yo,
What?
is Craig
Yeah.
Robinson on here for real?
Yes.
Yeah.
Nah, man.
His camera's broke. Ask him any question you want.
What the fuck kind of question I'm gonna ask? Like we best friends or some shit?
No, just ask him
He's
anything you want to
cool
know.
with us, though. It's all right.
No, man. I'm trying to see a face, man.
I'm not sure.
He gets in trouble. He'll be in trouble.
First of all, he's a grown ass man. That man works for him, so he can't get in trouble. Oh, you say what? I can't show my face? You're fired. I'm gonna do somebody else.
No shit. That motherfucker's on every commercial there is, bro.
Exactly. That's what I'm
Got to
saying.
get paid.
Hey, this is not a podcast to hate other guests on the podcast, bro.
I'm not hating. Who hating?
You said you were a fan. I fucking set this up. He's setting
I am
time
a
aside
fan.
for you.
I am a fan, but I just like.
So you want to talk to him? What do you want to talk to him about?
I don't know. It's real. I feel like I'm being duped. I feel like I'm being tricked right now. Y'all laughing, but this is serious business right now.
Yeah, okay. Well, fuck it. Maybe it'll just happen fucking naturally, okay? So here we go. This is our topic. Ready?
Yeah.
Does anybody, because 3 different people and all 3 of you are present, have told me a different story about this. So, Haiti, president got shot. Tell me about it.
Oh, I don't. All I heard was he got assassinated. That's it. I didn't.
And
read
his
anything into
his
it.
baby mama or his wife.
Oh, I didn't hear about that.
First
The
lady.
last thing I read, she was still hospitalized, but I
Oh,
honestly did not look at the date on that.
yeah. She could be a goner.
But she wasn't killed. She wasn't killed like instantly like he was.
This is not this. Some people will be like, that motherfucker's so stupid. He always asks me to come on his podcast, and I watch his podcast, and he says the dumbest shit. And they're talking about me. The smart ass shit and the snooky shit, that's Scott. But they always get me for saying I'm either stupid, or I play stupid, or I'm so fat that I can't believe I can still sit on both sides of the fence. Like that's what I get. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
But what I'm saying, I'm asking a real question. Because they went up in this dude's house and shot him and his wife in the bedroom. So I'm assuming that the president of Haiti don't have the same type of fucking luxuries as us, obviously. But how bad, like, he's sitting at his house? He's just sitting at his own house? Like, there's not a White House with some security or some shit?
They said the security was in.
He just clocks out and goes home? Like, what the fuck?
No,
he had security.
Yeah, they were in on it.
Oh,
Well,
here we go. Craig
I don't know if-
Robinson knows what's up.
I don't know if they were in on it, but when the people came
I mean,
in and
nobody else
said
got
that they
injured.
were United States DEA agents, that kind of threw off whatever security there was, if they weren't in on it.
Yeah, because Howie informed me that they do DEA raids all the time down there. So if they come into your house and it's a DEA, like he's saying, they wouldn't be surprised.
That's crazy.
But Craig Robinson works for Fox and Pizza Hut, so he knows a lot more than we do.
How the
And
hell
he's
that
been-
makes sense? How that makes sense? What you just said?
He's been in a lot of great movies, and he's going to explain to you right now what he thinks. Go ahead, Craig.
I don't really have much to explain. It's just like the only person injured was him and his wife, and he has a huge security detail. And there's no way that you can have a huge security detail and only 2 people get hurt are the ones that are going to be assassinated.
Oh, so you're saying inside job type of shit, huh?
Good night, guys. I'm gonna explain. Hold on, I don't mean to cut y'all off. There ain't no way in hell that's Craig Robinson. He don't sound like that, bro. He don't sound nothing like that.
in your face when he was talking.
You saw? Did you see my face while I'm listening to this guy talking? Man, fucking.
Dude,
Well,
he said
listen,
he had a
if you watch
cold.
it, listen, Jason,
It's just-
listen. Let me tell you
It's me.
something.
It's just because I'm eating. I'm just eating. That's all. That's why I sound funny.
Nah, bro, cut that shit.
I got something else.
Nah,
I
cut
got a
that shit.
mouthful of bread right now.
You got a mouthful of fucking Pizza Hut, bro.
Nah, ain't nobody falling for that shit.
Hey,
Bro.
all right, check this out. For real. This is what happened, dog. I got this new mic. If you listen to the beginning of the podcast, I was telling you, and pre-podcast with Scott, I was telling him it comes with software, right? I can actually change my voice to sound like a radio broadcaster. It's pretty sweet. I didn't set it up yet. Haven't even looked at it yet, but that's what I can do. So he said he would agree to come on, but we have to blur. He can't be. He's got to be disguised, bro. So he's talking through a disguised mic.
Nah, bro.
Basically.
So I don't want to hear
Through
that shit.
apps.
Nah, stop.
It's in
stop
the
with
app,
that shit.
bro.
Nah,
It's in the app, son.
nah, no. Nope. Please continue with the whole Haiti shit because I'm not falling for this.
He's telling us he ain't falling for that shit. Dude, you been fell for it. You picking yourself up off the ground right now.
Nah,
It's
bro.
all good.
Nah, I never fell for it in the first place. Nope, that shit was not going down, bro. But not on some real shit though. With the Haiti shit, like he just.
Oh, you did fall for that shit, dog.
No, I didn't. How you figure
Oh
I
my
fell for that? You
God.
sound crazy as shit.
July
just don't-
24th.
it's mind blowing with the whole Haiti shit, man. Like, who's the people that killed him? I'm trying to understand who the people that killed
That's
him.
what we're trying to figure out. Don't be so mad that you're disappointed you didn't get to fucking meet your man. Fucking, we're talking some serious shit right here. Listen.
Did you get that article I sent you, G?
Yeah. You want me to bring it up? Does it describe it?
Did you read it?
Which one?
The one that I sent you on the Haiti thing.
Oh, the Air Force one? No.
No, on the Haiti.
Did you send it to my email or Messenger?
I don't remember. One of the two.
Who the fuck is that? Oh, TJ never came back.
The email I sent you has an article on the Haiti assassination.
It is an email.
I don't know. I'm on my phone now, so I'm not going to go into my email app or text
yeah,
message
hold on.
and look.
I got it.
I got a
it.
bone to pick with Mysterio.
Oh
But
shit!
In that article, it says the latest suspect that they arrested was in Miami, and
Of course,
he was-
fucking Florida.
and he was some supposed doctor who is trying to become the leader.
What is this? Some goddamn conspiracy shit? Well, first of all, we got it.
The leader of what, Haiti?
Craig Robinson just said that he has a bone to pick with Mysterio. Ain't no better time than the fucking present. Let's pick that motherfucker.
All right. I want to turn off my voice filter just to prove it's me. All right.
Way back. We've been playing this game since '82. You think Pac-Man gets tired of eating these same little dots?
That's it, bro.
I mean, we eat dots anyway. I can get any topic of my life for just $10.
Oh.
Sausage, bacon, run, little man, run, go!
Here,
$10.
See, that's me.
he's so upset. He's so disappointed. Every week he thought he was gonna have an opportunity. Look at me mad. Don't get mad, bro. At least you got to meet him. Kinda.
I'm just sitting here. That's it. Shit don't make no sense. Please continue though. Who's
right.
trying to who killed who so they could be in
All
charge?
right, I'll
of what?
tell you the story I heard. I heard it was just some street motherfuckers and they got into his house and killed him. Obviously, probably not, right? Then I heard the DEA really did it. Then I heard people saying they were the DEA possibly did it, but they weren't the DEA. Anybody can confirm any of that?
I heard it was. Colombian mercenaries.
Yeah, that's in the article I sent you, G.
Oh, you still haven't told me Facebook or fucking Gmail though.
I'm on my phone. Hold on.
Oh, I got it. It wasn't my Gmail, so I'll go to my messenger.
Why would the DEA or the Colombian mercenaries go after the president of Haiti again?
That's
Why
what
is
I
this?
was wondering. That's what my thought process was. Why?
I mean, I'm not saying it's not either one of them, but
even if it was the Colombian mercenaries, they were dressed up as DEA agents so that they could get access to the place.
Right.
oh, but still, I mean,
Yeah, but like I was about to say, but still, you don't automatically get access to the leader of a nation or a country just because you fucking DEA. Like, no, they have to
even a shithole country. president said it. I mean,
Oh.
shithole country like Haiti,
Nah,
but
man, you
they're not
can't.
gonna have the same protection.
Yeah, but the fact that they were even at the house, that should have been a red flag. What are you doing here? There should have been channels that would have, should have been opened, or lines of communication
So you're
way
thinking,
before. Like,
so
that don't make no
you're
sense.
thinking inside job too.
I don't know if it's an inside job. I'm just saying it just doesn't make sense. Oh, DEA said they had something to talk about. Okay, you should have had your fucking head of state or fucking department, somebody from the Department of Defense, somebody to reach out through the
That's
proper
what I'm saying,
channels.
but it's Haiti. I don't know if they have those things.
They do. Every country has them, bro. Every country's in the
Yeah,
fucking
every country
part
has
of NATO.
it, but is Haiti part of NATO?
I think so. I don't know. I mean, I don't have.
I don't think so.
All right, let's look it up.
Maybe the United Nations, but not NATO.
Yeah.
I could be wrong.
No, that's my point
I'm not
earlier.
Scott
I was
Smith.
like, he's just sitting at the
I'm not
house.
Scott Hicks. I don't know everything,
Ooh.
That was uncalled for.
No, I'm just.
I'm sitting over here quiet in the corner.
Scott, I'm not even gonna gas it, bro. Last time I saw you, bro, you fucking. I'm not talking about this shit no more.
Yeah, that's true.
You're not picking up what I'm putting down. You're not getting the point, G. Beep. I was like,
about
what
right.
the fuck just happened?
See, yo, Scott we had a podcast last week that you didn't show up to or obviously watch because that's what we talked about. He thought he was gonna get way more shit. I was like, oh, don't worry, and whatnot's coming back, Jack.
Oh, facts, bro. I was like, what the fuck just happened? What just happened?
Yeah,
And the miss was like, listen, he's tired. He needs to be burped. I'm gonna go burp him. I gotta go. I gotta go burp him.
No, that's not true because she stayed with us,
She did stay with us. This is true.
and
This is
that's
true.
when she.
I was.
Did you
I
have
was
time
prepared.
to think?
I was prepared for all the hate mail last week. And
Oh
G said-
man.
And you know what? What G said? I was ready. I was like, okay, this is cool. I'll take it. And he said, no, they pretty much just said, well, that's Scott.
And whatnot has gotten a compliment before.
Did I?
But he got it. Yeah, I forgot what it was. Somebody likes when you say and whatnot. That's how you got the name. So that was the only other email that he was brought up in. But he got some hate mail from a couple weeks ago.
I did.
Oh yeah, two different people too.
Nah, stop it.
Yep.
Tell
you want to
me,
know
tell
what
me.
you want to know what you said?
Yeah.
It was your stance on gay people, or
I
the
don't have a
Bible.
stance.
No, sorry, the Bible stance on gay people.
Okay.
Remember, his wife said that if
That it
as
does
long
not
as-
say-
I don't want to rehash this. Let's please not rehash.
I know, but no, you weren't here for that. You weren't here for
Well,
that, Scott. So
true.
you can't rehash it.
Yeah,
I
You
had
rehash
to
something that
hear
you weren't
that.
here for. So what we were talking about was that in the Bible, it does say that homosexuality is an abomination. Your wife
Definitely.
disagreed. She said, no, it does not say that. Once I looked it up in the King James Version, it does say it is an abomination.
But do you? That's what I'm asking. And the person that was hate mailing you wanted to know why you didn't respond to what she said.
Which was what?
And she
What did
said-
she say?
Do you believe what she said? She said that if they're both gay, it's fine, but if they're straight and they do it, that's when it's abomination. And I said, I don't think it separates it like that.
I don't think it separates like that either.
So
I
you're
don't
still with
remember
the initial point.
Yeah, I don't remember hearing that question. I'm sorry. I would have answered if I heard that question.
No, that was her rebuttal to you, and you didn't say anything. I guess
Oh,
that's
I'm
what
sorry.
they said.
I'm sorry. I definitely did not hear that. I definitely did not hear that. But I would have answered it if that's what, if I would have heard it.
Yeah, but that's the only one piece of hate mail the whole 16 shows in a row that you did, so that's good.
It is good. But at the same time, though, it does say in the Bible that homosexuality is an abomination. It does not specify between if you are a straight man with another straight man, if you are a gay man with another gay man. It just says homosexuality. Like that's what it is. And it's not just men. It's
Actually, it doesn't say that. You read it. It said you can't lie with a man only with a woman or something.
Yes.
But the Bible's up to interpretation. They might just not think that's what that means.
Yes, the Bible is up to interpretation because you have preachers, pastors, reverends, all types of clergymen who interpret the Bible their way because they're saying that God put that message on their heart to convey it to the congregation, to the people, and things of that nature. So yeah, no, I that makes sense. That yes, it is up to interpretation.
Yeah,
Haiti is not part of NATO. You're absolutely right.
How about United Nations?
I would definitely assume
because old fucking Joey fucking I'm almost asleep pants is fucking going over there. It's doing something to help him.
He said Joey Sleep Pants. So
fucking sleepy pants.
Yes, Haiti is part of United Nations. The date of admission was October 24th, 1945.
Oh. All right, not to change topics, but what were we talking about right before that?
Talking about Haiti.
Haiti. Yeah.
Oh, I was done with Haiti. Oh, I want to ask you guys. You guys seem, at least you three, seem to be. Where did Craig go? Pretty up on this knowledge.
Bizarro Craig.
I'm not pretending to be dumb, and I know I could have Googled it, but I think it's good for the show. We talk about shit. That's what we do. So my question is, I even hear some of these really like hardcore Democrats, like what I call Hillary fucking Democrats, and they're saying that that there's no way that Joe is running in 2024. So how does that work? He just says he's not running, and then there's a Democratic primary.
Yes, I believe so.
100%. That's how it works.
Yeah, I believe so. Yeah, I mean, I believe there's still going to be there still has to be a Democratic primary anyway if someone wants to run against him. If he runs unopposed on the Democratic side, then I don't think there's going to be a Democratic primary. Correct me if I'm wrong, guys. I'm not sure.
No.
But if he says,
right.
but if he says I'm not,
but
he says I am not running. It's automatic primary on both sides.
Yep.
Okay.
Unless nobody wants to challenge Kamala.
That's what I'm saying. Is there any? That's my point. Like, does it just automatically become her?
There will be challenges to her.
Oh, 100%
absolutely.
Going to be challenges.
Absolutely.
She's going to challenge the incumbent.
I don't think she's going to run unless she does a big turnaround.
That's not going to happen.
I think she is. I think she. I mean, who else would? If it happens the way I'm saying, he doesn't finish his term, then she gets it. But if he does finish and decides not to run, and they're like, all right, this is our. I guess that's my point. Does it have to be a primary, or they can just be like, "Yo, we're running Kamala"?
I think they have to.
That's the real question.
I believe
try to get everybody behind one candidate anyway. Especially if there's a candidate that's the strongest contender by a long shot, then what's the point of infighting? You know, it's better to show a united front.
I think that's true, but what if Joe says I want to run again? I think there's got to. What if he does want to run again? I think there's got to be at least one Democrat that's got the integrity enough to say, "I'm sorry, you're not really suited for another term. I'm going to have to challenge you."
I don't really see that happening. I mean, anything can change between now and 2024, but
he gets his cognitive abilities back.
No, I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is, they could change their mind, or things could get to a point where they're like, "Yeah, we can't support him." But what I'm saying is that if he decides to run, I think it would be a pretty extreme circumstance that the Democratic Party would throw any real support behind another candidate in the primary. I just don't. I don't see that really happening. Again,
I agree.
A lot of things can change between now and then. It's a long time, particularly for an older guy like Joe. But the incumbent is almost always going to have the biggest advantage in the election.
Absolutely.
So,
Under normal
it's more of a-
circumstances.
if there are enough people around him. I mean, think about Reagan, right? He didn't really quite have it together as much on his second term either, but he had enough people around him to help get him.
But
through
not on his first term.
Yeah,
No, but
second.
the point is that by the time he got to the second term, there were people on the inside who knew that he wasn't as sharp as he should be, but he ran again, and they supported him running again because he was the incumbent, and there was enough competency around him.
He's the most
generally speaking,
confusing one
that
of all of them
they
to
could
me.
cover for his inadequacy.
I mean, you're older than us, Scott, by quite a few years. I mean, do you remember Reagan's oration skills
Yes.
in his second
He
term?
was,
How old were you?
well, yeah, to
20,
a degree.
28?
Now, let's understand, I was when he took it office for
84.
a second term in January of '85. I was
85.
15 years old.
Oh
So
wow! So you
it wasn't
could have.
really mine. Yeah, that's right. We're talking about a period of my lifetime where politics were a hell of a lot less important than chasing skirts. But yes, his skills
Or
were diminished
slacks.
in that second thing. And by the end of it, it's just like somebody's got to do something about this dude. So yeah, I remember those things. But
Yeah, but you also can't tell the podcast in another podcast that your first 20 years on this planet you were gay, and then you realize you were straight, and then go back to chasing skirts.
Who said that?
no, nobody said that.
Yo,
You missed that
I got a
podcast?
wife, I got kids. Shut up, man.
bruh. Bruh.
Yeah,
you
Robin Lynn checking in. Fast recovery to Robin Lynn. She got a really bad case of bronchitis. She is hurting right now. Pulled muscles in her back and ribs and shit. But she said she was in 5th grade. So it's 1985. I was 7 years old. So where were we at? Kindergarten? First? Second grade.
Second grade. Yeah. Maybe first grade. I don't know. I don't know when your birthday is, man. So it just depends. But
Well, we were born 1978. Mysterio's the youngest one.
So where do we start this? What was the whole point of all this? Where were we
Of
headed
what?
with all this discussion about whether or not Joe is running again?
Oh,
Thomas brought it up as far as whether there's going to be a challenger if he.
Oh yeah.
I keep hearing. What I was saying is I keep hearing all these hardcore Democrats be like, "Oh no, Joe ain't running. It ain't Joe. Joe ain't gonna run in 2024." And I'm like, "Dang, he's fucking president now. What the fuck?" But I know why they don't want him to. I guess because he will be old as fuck.
But it's too
I just want to
early.
know the
Too early to
process.
be thinking about it. Yeah, I think
Like,
so.
does somebody have to challenge him so there's a primary, or there's just going to be a primary because there's an open spot because he said he's not running?
Well, I think somebody has to challenge him, but I don't really,
I don't think anybody has to challenge him in a primary. It's just you have to have a convention to where he's
you have to have the
nominated.
convention, right? Yeah, you have to have the convention.
That's what I'm saying. So let's say it happens, he doesn't die, and they're going into the second one, and they decide, the DNC decides, all right, Kamala, let's go. This was the plan the whole time. That's what these all conspiracy people been saying anyway. Let's make this shit happen, and they just put the machine behind her, and it's over.
Nah.
I mean, I don't know if
happen.
I don't know if she'll win.
Run
I don't know
her
if she'll
against
win.
Joe? Yeah,
She'll
I
get
don't-
challenged. She'll get challenged, guaranteed. I'll put money on it.
How about this? Will you put money on this? That Joe says he is running, and she challenges him.
No.
No,
She-
I think
she-
if he runs, she can wait. If he runs, there's no point in her doing it. There's no point in her causing a problem there, because if he runs and wins, she's still next in line if he doesn't make it through the whole term, and B, she can just sit back another 4 years. She's not, she's not that old. She can wait another 4 years if necessary for her own opportunity to run. And I think that's the smart play, regardless.
All right. Next question. Both of you, he gone. His phone must have died. I want you to tell me who you think would win. If it's not Kamala, who has the best chance to win?
I have no idea. I have no clue right now. It's too early to tell. I don't think there's any real standouts out there. I don't know.
Like I'm hearing Buttigieg's name. I'm hearing somebody else's name. Surprising, like a name that I didn't recognize.
Yeah, it's too early for all that, man. We're not even.
And it's
6 months.
and it's 110% not Bernie, right?
No.
Same
Bernie missed his
situation.
shot.
He's old as fuck.
Yeah, he missed his shot.
Nancy Pelosi?
No, she's older than Bernie, I think. She didn't want that job. She's more powerful than the president a lot of times.
I just don't know who else it would be, man.
It's too early. It really is. I mean, again, all that shit. It doesn't even matter until basically 1 year before. So you got 3 years before any of this shit even starts to, to.
Only thing that matters right now, as far as that goes, is to them to raise money.
Okay, next topic.
Right.
I have some friends of mine that seem to be convinced that Friday, August 13th, Trump takes back his office after the audits clear at midnight on the 12th of August. Can anybody confirm nor deny that? Please.
Wait, what are we talking about? On August 13th of this year?
Yeah, this year.
Take back what office?
The presidency.
Bro, come on, man, with that shit.
Dead ass serious.
Come on with that shit, bro.
What
I think
state audit is this for?
You're not serious.
Arizona, I think they're waiting on. Think they would need two, though.
Arizona's not going to do it. It would have to be multiple audits of multiple states, and none of that shit.
I agree.
None of it is going to matter. It's going to just be another chance for us to rehash that Trump's a loser. And I don't know how many times he's got to lose this election.
I don't think any of those audits matter as far as getting him in there now. I think they matter towards the next election
or 2022.
The next election's voter integrity laws that Scott is so opposed to.
Oh shit!
Okay. I'm not.
How do you know that Scott's?
Because all these audits they're doing is just evidence to support those laws being passed.
But they're a joke, though. You know that, right?
And to detract from the falsehood that it's voter suppression.
Yeah, because that shit, yo, Scott, I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. That shit is bullshit. And the fact that people should not have to identify themselves when they are voting for the fucking president of the United States is complete and utter bullshit.
I said that's it. The fact that you do not have to. I totally understand. But the fact that anybody can say and get behind and be like, "Yo, I don't have to identify myself. I can say my name is such and such, and sign my name on this line and vote for the presidency of the United States."
And I have positions on that, but I don't care to rehash them.
Okay, no, I totally understand. That makes sense.
Well, what I will say is that these audits won't amount to anything. They're privately funded. They're not government sponsored. The one in Arizona even the Arizona GOP has backed away from it because
that's true.
It's been such a joke.
The U.S. attorney that wanted to investigate the irregularities in Pennsylvania was told not to by the then Attorney General Barr.
Right.
He said the state attorney general should investigate it, which was the same state attorney general that allowed those BS laws to go into effect that weren't really laws; they were executive orders.
But that's not a. But he was right. I mean, I never.
No,
liked
it's
law,
not
but he-
right. It's not right. The Constitution doesn't give the power to the governors of states. It gives the powers to the legislators of the state,
It gives the powers to the states to determine
to
how
the
their elections are run.
legislatures of
So
the
what I'm-
state.
no, hold on,
Look
wait a
at the
minute.
Constitution. Look at the Constitution.
Stop for a second. Maybe we're talking about two different things. It's not the federal attorney general's job to investigate it. That's what you said, right? That's
It
what
is
Barr
when
said.
it
Barr
is
said
when
it's up to the
it
state.
is when the U.S. Constitution is being
No, wrong.
yes wrong.
Yeah, it's the state.
Why is the state attorney general? Why is the state government going to investigate something that's going against the U.S. Constitution?
Yeah, but it's in the state.
The U.S. Constitution gives the states the right to run their elections, right?
Read the Constitution. It doesn't give the state governor or attorney general the power. It gives the state legislature the power.
So what are you saying here? Clear.
I'm saying the Pennsylvania state legislature didn't pass those laws.
Which laws? Give me something concrete here.
The laws that extended the time to vote. I'm sorry, not laws. Executive orders.
Whoa. You don't possibly have a problem with extending the time to vote, do you?
I'm saying that when you extend the time more than hours, like days, when you extend the time to allow mail-in ballots to be received.
No, I ain't even talking about mail-in ballots.
And the stamps on them to be a certain date.
I know, but you said time. I just want
all of these things were put in place by somebody other than the state legislature.
I'm gonna tell you this: if it wasn't for early voting, I wouldn't have voted.
Why?
Well, he's talking
because
about
I was busy that day.
The receipt of ballots.
Why?
It's gonna be one day. One
Why
day.
were you busy that day?
And it's not because I was working.
I worked too, but the polls are open till what? 7:30.
Yeah, exactly.
And they're open early, so you make the sacrifice to exercise your right to vote.
And
I don't care. I don't care if you have to work. You take off early, or you go in late.
I can exercise my time
and make the time to vote. You don't say make all these exceptions to the freaking Constitution so that I have the opportunity to vote.
I don't think that's in the Constitution, bro.
The Constitution doesn't say you have to vote on. The Constitution does not give you one day.
You keep saying Constitution. All I'm saying is that shit is convenient. If you truly want to make sure, if you truly want to make sure that everybody votes, that's what we want, right?
It does have a date in there for the national election, not a date. The day.
Does it say you have to go and vote in person on this day in the Constitution?
Hell no.
In the Constitution, it says you have to vote on the second Tuesday or the first Tuesday after. I think it's the first Tuesday after the second Monday.
It doesn't say you have to vote on that day. It calls that the National Election Day. It does not say
what do you think that was when the Constitution was written? Election day or voting day? What do you think they meant? What do you think the writers of that document meant?
Well, I know what you mean.
Not to make it convenient for you in your schedule today. What did the original founders intend?
Let me ask you this. What
meaning of those words?
Hang on. What is the benefit? Tell me this. Let me flip this around. What is the benefit of allowing only one day and only certain hours for voting? How does that benefit the government? How does it benefit the citizenry?
Because that specifies a time frame.
No. How does it benefit?
It limits the amount of opportunities for people to vote more than once.
That doesn't happen.
That's a different thing.
When some states don't require identification, so you can say, well, I'm this person. I'm this person.
Show me
Yeah,
the
it could.
fraud. It does
That
not
100.
happen.
Listen.
You don't want to see fraud. That's
Yeah, but
why you
listen-
don't
No,
see
Yeah,
it.
but-
it doesn't happen.
li-
Nobody
yeah,
has
but listen.
found any. Nobody has found one instance of fraud that would change the election for 20
No,
years.
no. See, you put in a caveat that says
Oh, no,
that would
okay, well,
change
show
the
me-
election.
show
Yeah,
me
well,
who
you don't
voted
That
think
would
it's gonna be-
change the
Show me
election.
the
Well, you
That's
don't
your
think it's gonna-
caveat.
who voted twice.
Really
That's your
don't-
caveat.
No,
Isn't
take the
any
caveat
fraud
out. Take the caveat
Too
out.
much fraud?
Show me the
Yeah,
numbers of
but-
people who have voted twice.
Yes.
But stealing a candy bar ain't fucking shooting
of
somebody in the
this last
fucking head
election.
either.
Show me.
No,
any
you
instance
can't
who
compare
voted
that, bro.
twice.
You can't compare.
I'm just saying, isn't any fraud, any election fraud, too much freaking fraud?
Show
Listen.
me any incident of people voting twice. You can't show it. You say that it happens, but it doesn't.
What about people that have
Uh-oh, what about?
expired?
Right, like the guy who voted for his dead wife, the Republican guy who voted for Trump for his dead wife.
Okay, there you go.
Right.
Republican.
Fraud.
Big
Right.
deal.
Listen,
You think you're
I'm sure you're going to find Democrats too, right?
So you-
This is
yeah, and you
right-wing
think-
tactic. This is the right-wing tactic. If it can't be
No, it's
perfect,
not. This
then
is
yes,
this is
listen to
a
me. If it can't
legal
be perfect, then there is no
constitutional
solution.
tactic.
It
It's
is.
the
Talk over
same.
each other.
This is the same thing
Don't talk over each other.
with every piece of the Constitution that gives us rights. It says one thing about the Second Amendment giving us rights, and you're like,
Here's what you're
well,
saying.
isn't it?
No.
Wouldn't it be?
Let's go
Wouldn't
back
it be
to my original
better?
question.
Wouldn't it be better if we put it this way so it makes more sense? And I mean, you don't really need that, do you?
Let's just get
No,
back
no,
to
no.
this.
No,
I have a
back up.
question.
Back up to the original question, which was, how does it benefit us? What you're saying is it reduces the chances of somebody voting twice and there being fraud. Now, you're saying it reduces the chances. The chances are next to zero already. So it does not provide any benefit. But what it does do is it limits opportunities for the citizenry to vote. So essentially, what you're doing is you're taking a practically zero chance of something bad happening, and you're making it a 100% chance that fewer people are going to vote. You are eliminating the opportunities for the citizenry to vote, and that is not democratic. If you can give them people more opportunities to get more votes in, one vote per person, then that is exactly what you should do in a democracy. You shouldn't be looking for ways to make it harder for people to vote. You should be looking for ways to make it easier.
make
for
it
people
easier.
To vote.
That's what I'm
And
saying.
And you
that
should
is
also
not
make it
negotiable.
verifiable that it's one vote for that one person.
And
All right, I'm
one
gonna give you
day
hold on,
voting
stop.
Does not make that happen. What you do is you limit millions of people's
I'm using both of them
opportunities to
motherfuckers.
vote. That's what you do
How?
because
How?
there might be
How?
5 instances of somebody voting twice.
How is there millions of people that have?
because of 5
Why? Because they don't have a freaking ID card. They don't
What
have
about
a.
me?
They don't have
Hold
an
on a
ID
second.
card.
No,
Hold on a second. Hold on one second.
One thing at a time. One thing at a
One
time. We're
second.
not talking
Yeah,
about
one
IDs.
thing at a time. One thing at a time. All I'm
Nobody said
saying
anything
is
about
this.
IDs yet.
All I'm saying is this. I don't know how many days it needs to be. I don't know if it has. Or how about this? Are you against them making it a national holiday so you could go there to vote and you don't work that day?
I'm not against that.
So you're good with that
Nobody's
one.
really against it. The problem
Are
is
you?
that
are
there
you-
are plenty of national holidays that most private businesses don't observe.
Well,
That's
I think
true.
I think that could be one that they make it mandatory that they observe.
Well,
they
I'm in
do
favor of that.
because people have
I'm in
the
favor
right
of
to
that.
work and they have the right to keep their businesses open. That will never fly, and you know it. It
Well,
will never fly, and you know it.
well,
I mean, I can see both sides of the argument.
if the government has the power to shut down the freaking economy the way they have the last year and a half, they have the power to freaking shut down a business for one day.
No, not really.
You could say
small
that, but it
business.
won't happen. And they didn't shut down the economy. They didn't even do that. I mean, come on. They made recommendations,
Well,
but all the economy
California,
shutdowns were not
California,
mandated
New
by the
York did.
federal government.
California and New York
What's
did.
that?
California
No,
and New York pretty
back-
much shut the
what
fuck
did I
down.
just say? The federal government shut none of it down.
Yeah,
The federal
Yeah.
government shut none of it down.
because
Yeah.
fucking Trump,
And those
baby.
states who didn't want to shut
Trump
anything
2020
down,
vote.
they didn't do it.
Because
So
they
the
weren't
point is-
following the CDC guidelines, were they?
What that's one thing at a time. Let's go. Let's stick with the voting thing again.
No,
why
you just
do-
said
why
they,
do
they
you want
didn't.
to
They
limit-
weren't shut
Oh,
down by the federal government, but the states were following the CDC guidelines.
They did. No, they weren't.
Yes,
Not all of them.
they
Not
were.
all of them.
Some of them were.
Oh, to begin with, they were.
No,
Some
they
of
When
them
they
weren't.
when it was
Oh
when
my
it was
God.
1 week, when it was 1 week,
But
everybody 1 week we're gonna
did
stop the virus in 1 week.
Do this? Did the
2
did
weeks.
The federal government mandate?
To be fair, it was 14
No.
days.
And did everybody shut down at the same time? No, because they shut down when they fucking felt like it, and there was no government mandate.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's beside the point. You're still not. It won't ever happen. You're making you're making an argument that you think you can win, but you know in reality it would never happen. The federal government would never mandate that every business shut down on election
They
day.
don't do it.
across
They
the
don't do
entire
it. There's
country.
stuff open
They
on
would never
Christmas.
do that, and you know that's
Baby.
the case.
Baby Jesus Day. They closed down Baby Jesus Day.
I mean, even
Fucking
if
7-Eleven is open on Christmas.
100%.
The point is, they'll never do it. You can argue that they have the power to do it.
All right, I have
but
a
they
question
wouldn't
for
have to do it.
I have a question for Howie then.
And then you
I am
file for an absentee ballot.
I'm 100% with you on the
All right.
ID thing. I think it's
Absentee
ridiculous.
ballot is the same thing as mail-in ballots. It's exactly.
No,
I
it's
think
not.
it-
No, it's not.
Tell me how it's different.
Absentee ballots have signature verifications.
All right. So would you signature
You
verification?
have to have a
mail-in ballot?
legitimate. You have to have a legitimate reason to ask for one.
Well,
Not
reason is
not
you
just
can't get that day
not
off.
not just. I don't want to go stand in line.
Why?
Yeah.
That's
Why
too
is
much of
that
a hassle.
problem?
That's
Why
what I'm
is that
saying.
a
So
problem?
hey, how about this? How about we get rid of the lines? That's what we're saying.
What is it? Why is that a problem? Why is it
What
a
about the
problem
other
Why? Why
that
is
you
it
don't
too
wanna
much to
stand in a
ask for you to
line?
go stand in line for an hour
Jesus.
to vote
Because it's
for
the
your
same
freaking
difference.
government?
It's the same difference if I got it.
Why you have to?
Because it's the same difference. It don't matter. That's
Yeah,
the
you're
point.
right. There's no
Because
good
I didn't
reason
vote
why
within
you
a
should have to
24-hour,
do that.
12-hour period.
Oh,
Like, come
we'll
on,
go
man.
back, circle back around and say that all the fraud that is non-existent. I mean, that's the only argument you have for any of this stuff is fraud that is non-existent.
Well, how about the water? Are you pissed off that they want to stop handing out water for the long lines that you want people to wait in all day? Like, is that too much? Can they give out water?
But I'm not. You know, listen. If you want to go
It's
stand
giving
in a
out
line,
water. It's giving out water by party affiliated people.
yeah, I think I
lobbying.
get that. I get that. That's
And that's what it is.
right.
I know,
That's
but
what it is.
There's
And I
people
don't have
out
a
there
problem with
anyway.
that. Fine. You know what? If you want to go stand in a long line, bring your own water. That's fine. Yeah, everybody can get a backpack and some water. But you know what? If I don't want to do that, I should be able to mail in my vote. And if it requires signature
I'm not even
yeah.
agreeing with the mail-in. I am strictly talking about how convenient it was for everybody and a lot of people I talked to during COVID-19 when Hanover opened it up 2-3 weeks early. You could drive up there. Guess what? Show your ID and vote just like you would if you were sitting in fucking line. Like, the line just doesn't make no sense to me.
I don't mind. I don't
That's
mind the
just
early
like
voting.
that's
I don't
just
mind
like
the
a
early voting.
teacher saying. That's just like saying a teacher saying, "Oh, you know how convenient it was for me to sit at home and teach students from a
It might have
computer
been for them. It might have been.
versus listening to them in a classroom."
Yeah.
How is that? How is that the same? What
Well,
you're
it was
saying-
all
what
it
you're-
was all
what you're saying is
COVID related.
that the
COVID
students are
related
getting just the same
exceptions.
education, but the votes are counting exactly the same.
Exactly.
There's not. You're saying that there's a quality of education issue with that teacher being at home, which I would agree with.
And there's a
When
quality
there's one
of
person and one
there's
vote
a
and it's
quality
verified,
of
who gives a shit when they cast the vote or where they cast it from?
because there's a secure way to cast ballots
Right.
in
Except,
person.
all right. Circle back to the fraud thing again. That again is non-existent.
No, it's not. It's not. It's
No, I had to
circling
show-
back.
yeah, but
It's
I'm
circling
saying-
back.
Yeah.
It's circling
Anybody
back
who
to
says
going
that
in
it's
person
fraud is
and
legit.
taking your one ballot, filling it out, putting it in a freaking machine,
I
and
did.
walking away.
I did.
Versus, oh, I got one ballot in the mail. Oh wait, they sent me another one.
Okay.
Huh.
How many of those
Huh.
did they happen this last time?
Oh, look at this. All of
How
a
many-
sudden, there's a
how many
freaking
did you
drop
get?
box in
Hey.
my neighborhood.
Hey, how many did you get
I
at your
love it.
house?
I love it.
Is there a drop box in your
If you think there
neighborhood?
was
No.
How many? Hey,
Wow,
If you
that's
think there was
weird.
fraud,
how
you've
many?
been
How
duped.
many? How many
You
came
bought
to your
it
house,
through a
Howie?
hook, line, and sinker.
Howie, how many ballots did you get sent to your house?
None.
Exactly, Scott.
No, we got an
Jason,
application for one.
I
and
never
we
had a
vote on it.
ballot in my life sent to my house. I went and voted, showed my ID just like you. I just didn't have to fucking wait in line to do it. I don't understand that part. I agree with you on the ID, and you got to be certain. Yeah, you're not just gonna. And we had a podcast about this. I said to Scott, he's like, oh, by the time him and TJ, by the time they count them all, if there's doubles, they just throw them away. I don't think that's true, but I don't think there's a lot of
They're
doubles.
not going through every
Really?
ballot
Yeah,
like
it
that,
is.
checking
Why
to
would it
see
be?
names are the same or addresses are the same or any consistencies on every
do you know
ballot.
that?
They're not going through that.
How do you know?
I'm
that?
with you on that. I just got
How
a
do you
lime
know
problem. I got a water fucking problem. I got a lime. Have Hanover County people with the fucking green shirts on that we also pay our taxes for handing me my fucking water. Like, come on, man.
It
That's
trips me out
ridiculous.
that everybody makes these assumptions based on the technology that's in place. You don't have any fucking clue what the technology is. Neither do I. But I can tell you something. It ain't some bullshit technology.
I mean,
I can tell you
I
that.
can see both
and
parts.
I can tell you
both
that
sides.
again.
Yeah, you're known for that, Jason.
There's
Every week,
zero-
I could isolate 25 different clips and you say this. I agree with both of y'all.
No, I can see both sides though. I mean, I
there's no.
I think there
there's
should
no,
be a time limit though.
No. In any democracy that values democracy, we should take pains to make it easier for people
a week.
to vote. Not limited.
I think you should get a week.
So and that's perfectly fine.
Some fairy tale of fraud that doesn't exist.
Scott, but no, listen, I get what you're saying. We should make it easier for people to vote and shit like that. At the same time, though, there shouldn't be given like ample crazy amount of time to cast a fucking vote through the mail. Like
Why?
if your vote is not in by this date,
Well, no,
so
no.
we can count it.
Definitely got to have
correctly,
deadlines.
Hold
you
on.
have to have a deadline.
No, you're right.
That's what I'm thinking.
I'm not disagreeing with you there.
Okay.
There should be a deadline. There should be a hard and fast deadline for receiving ballots. But what I'm saying is, if you want to vote 6 weeks earlier than that, you've already made up your mind. Why can't you do that? Why, or even just a month earlier? Why can't you mail it in and do that? There isn't a good reason not to do that. There's not a good reason to not allow that. It makes it easier to cast votes. And that should be the goal of all democracy. Cast good votes, not fraudulent votes. But again, the fraud doesn't exist.
Mm-hmm. So I can't sit here and say that
You need to
the
take
fraud
off your
doesn't
blinders,
exist.
man.
Show me the fraud.
I can't say it doesn't exist. I think
about the fraud. I'm sure you have some reason that didn't happen. I think there were 50 lawsuits that happened supposedly about fraud. All of them thrown out by liberal judges, by Republican judges, by judges appointed by Trump. All of them thrown out. This is not a rose-colored glasses thing. It's an actual fucking fact thing. And you know what? It was going on for years before this. It just doesn't happen. But you were primed, Nuck. You were primed for this for the last year and a half before the election. Trump started priming you guys for this. I called this shit way back then. I knew it. I knew that there would be these cries of fraud because that's what the guy is and that's what he does. You were primed to believe all of this shit for fucking 18 months before the election. And
So
none of it was based ever.
See, this is where you got your Democratic anti-Trump glasses on because everything I've been talking about, I've believed since way before Donald Trump even announced he was running for president.
Well,
all of this.
Okay, so he didn't dupe you; you duped yourself. Because the fact is, there has never been
I duped myself from a document that was written in 1700s. I duped myself.
No. Show me.
Yes, the Constitution.
Show me the fraud.
The Constitution states the election day.
Show me the fraud.
The election day. That's when ballots should be cast.
No. And
yes. Yes.
You know what? This is why I jumped off the other week because you're doing exactly what G was doing. You're arguing in a circle. Well, there's one election day. Well, why? Why? Because of fraud. But there is no fraud. But there's one election day. Why? Because of fraud. But there is no fraud. But there's one election day. Come on, man. This if you can't argue this on the merits and on the logic, then why are we even talking?
Because you
saying-
because you
you're
ignore the
trying to bring up a
logic.
document
Because
from-
you ignore the logic.
What is the logic?
How long have you believed that there's no fraud in elections? How long have you believed that?
For years, for a long time. You tell me what evidence you've seen of fraud in the elections, and I'll tell you what evidence I've seen. I've seen there isn't any fraud.
So I'm not gonna lie, I've personally never seen fraud in an election, but it's
Because
mind
there
blowing.
hasn't been any.
I know. Just hold on a second. But it's mind blowing because when Trump beat Hillary, everyone, and I say everyone, as in Democrats, were saying, "Yo, voter fraud. The Russians did some shit. Trump fucking made a deal with Putin and everything."
This.
Hold on. Hey, hold on.
Okay.
And everyone was saying that because
I will respond.
100%. And there were a whole bunch of Democrats saying, "Yo, Trump did this, Trump did that, Trump did this, voter fraud." And now that Trump is saying, "Yo, there's voter fraud and Biden did it and this, that, and the third," everyone's like, "Nah, there's no such thing as voter fraud."
All right. So
it's kind of like a catch-20.
Don't forget about 2000.
Can I respond to that?
Yes,
First
please.
of all, I will say that of me and every Democrat I know, no one ever said there was voter fraud. Again, this is anecdotal.
Mm-hmm.
No one ever said there was voter fraud in the Hillary Trump election.
Okay.
Not one person. I never said it. I
Okay.
accepted it that he had won. Did I think that there was a possibility that he colluded with Russians? I did think that. And I kept
You
that
wait. You
possibility
just said you.
open
The
until
computer messed up. You
it
said
was
you
proven
did think
there
that.
wasn't. I never said, you know what? No, I said there was I kept the possibility open. I never said he colluded with Russians. What I said was, if they're going to investigate this, we'll find out. I never said that. And I know most people I know never said that. Nobody ever said, well, this election was rigged. Nobody I know ever said this election was rigged and there was voter fraud that caused Trump to win, and therefore he's an illegitimate president. I or no other Democrat I know of ever said that. I will say this, and this I do believe. Do I think that Russians had influence campaigns on social media? Absolutely. It's been proven. Zuckerberg has come out and said it. Okay. But you know what? Nobody said that wasn't fair game. If that shit happened, it happened. It fucking sucks. That
I'm just
being
saying,
manipulated
listen,
by fake stories by fake stories posted by fake accounts on social media, and it does suck that can happen. But it never delegitimized that election to me, and I never once thought he won fraudulently.
Okay. I get what you're saying. But at the same time, if you were so willing to keep your mind open to the fact that Trump possibly colluded with Russians, why is it wrong for people to keep their mind open to the fact that Biden possibly fucking committed voter fraud?
Because every attempt to supposedly prove this through 50 plus cases in the courts, through judges of all stripes, has failed.
Okay.
Every single one.
All right, listen. I stepped away for a minute, but I was on my phone listening to the podcast or watching the podcast. First of all, I feel like there's a little misunderstanding, especially about the fraud thing. There's 100%. I don't care what year you pick. There's definitely voter fraud. That's not what we're arguing, right?
No, there's not. Ask Scott.
No, that's what I'm saying. That's not what Scott's saying. Scott already said the statement that was a trigger for you, and you didn't even want to hear him say it because you're sick of hearing it. Voter fraud that would affect the election.
Can I clarify what I meant by that?
And hold on, but his response was, fraud is fraud, which is true. But there's you steal a candy bar at the fucking store or kill somebody, little different situation.
You can't compare those two situations, guy. You can't compare.
Okay, I won't compare those two situations, but what I can compare is what he said. Hasn't been proven that there was enough fraud to change the election.
Not even close.
That's it.
That's when I say there's no fraud. What I mean is there is that the amount of voter fraud that has happened is so close to zero that it doesn't matter. When you're talking about how many people voted in this last election, 150 some million?
A record number of people. Record number of people.
Right. Let's just say on an average one, maybe there's 120 million people who voted.
Maybe they had extra time.
If you had even 10,000 cases of fraud, 10,000 votes. Hang on. I'm doing the math. 10,000
1%.
divided by 120 million. The number's so small, it's immaterial. It has no effect. So when I say there's no fraud, I don't legitimately mean
Legit, because people will try to be. People will commit fraud.
What I'm saying is it is such a small amount, and 10,000 would be noticeable. That hasn't even been found. You're talking about maybe a handful of cases every 4 years, a handful. That is statistically zero. And it is not enough to make changes that will disenfranchise millions of voters. And that's the
Hot button word.
Disenfranchise.
Disenfranchise. How many in-person votes versus mail-in votes?
What's that?
Frank Spencer's back. What up, Frank? How many in-person votes versus mail-in votes? That's a good question. What's the percentage?
That are fraudulent or cash?
No, I'm just saying overall. What do you think the percentage is? We could Google it. You think 40% of people mail-in voted?
I think a lot of people mail-in voted.
We should be able to find it.
Yeah, I don't really know.
I think a large number of people mail-in voted, and I think a large number of people came out and voted in person.
Well, that's absolutely true.
Again, half of that, maybe half of that reason that the numbers are so high is that they're not double people voting. Maybe people actually had time to go vote. That's what I'm saying. Like, that's the good part. I don't like mail-in voting either. I think you should request a ballot if you want to mail it in, and you should have a good reason. If not, you can fucking Uber to the fucking place. I mean, they'll pick you up.
So, Scott, out of that minuscule amount of fraud that you talked about them finding, are you under the assumption that they actually investigate to find out whether each cast ballot is fraudulent?
No.
Yeah, I don't know what their procedures are.
Do you think that they check every ballot to make sure it's valid?
What do you mean by that? I mean, how do you mean by that valid? Like, if is there
to make sure that it's not fraudulent?
All right, gentlemen, I got to roll out.
Do you think that they check 100% of all ballots?
Catch you guys next week.
Hang on. Peace. I think we gotta clarify that and allow me to explain.
You said what? 160? You said 160 million
earlier. Was it people with?
How many? I'm gonna look.
150 something. Listen,
y'all do it. I'll look it up.
The potential fraud was from people. Voting more than once. Is that still what you consider the biggest issue with fraud, or what is it that you consider?
Well, I mean, you got that would be fraud, but you've also got people that are felons that have not had their rights restored.
Okay, so they should not be on the voter rolls, correct? Because they can't register to vote.
What if they use somebody else's name and they're not checking IDs?
So what would that person then be able to vote, or would that be caught when they try to vote and they say, "Hey, you've already voted"?
What if the person that is a felon used somebody else's name that hadn't voted yet? Right?
That's what I'm saying. So if that person did vote or went to vote, what would happen if they had already tallied a vote for that person?
The second person that is the real person,
yes,
would get what do they call it? They would get a ballot that is considered a
provisional.
Yes, a provisional ballot.
So then that would be investigated.
Okay.
And
how many times do you think that happened?
See, here's the thing, and I don't.
It can happen.
You know, I feel bad because I yelled at you a lot, and I you know what? You seem like a super nice guy, and I get heated, and I apologize. One of the biggest challenges that I have with this is that with people who have ideas about voter fraud is that they're not trying to dig into the specifics of how it could actually work to provide for enough voter fraud to occur for it to swing an election. So
I got some numbers.
What you got there?
So in 2020, it jumped from, in 2016, there was 21% mail-in / absentee ballots. It jumped to 48%, so more than doubled, obviously because of COVID, right?
Right.
And then in person in 2020 went from
Looks like
28%.
28. No, what is that? Oh, I don't know. Oh, it went, yeah, 28% from 60.
From what? Oh, from 60. Yeah, so it went from 60 down to 28 in person. Wow.
All
That's
right,
a big
so,
difference.
Yeah. Anyway. Yeah. All right.
Look at back here though. 1996, 8%, 10%, 13, 18, 19, 21, and 48. It goes up and up and up and up. So that's his point. It's like, so in 5 years from now, it might be 99% mail-in, and that is where I think a lot of, maybe not fraud, but mistakes can get through, and fraud could get through. I do think you should have to scan your fucking ID and get your ballot, regardless of what day it is.
All right, but again, what do you consider a lot of fraud?
That's the thing, man. I think I agree with your point that it might not swing a presidential election, but if there's a fraudulent ballot that gets through, you also have to consider that they're possibly voting down ballot for state and local elections. Those are determined by a lot smaller margins, correct?
Yeah, those are.
Well, they are, but again, we're still not even talking about tens of thousands of found fraudulent ballots across the United States, the entire country. We're not even talking about tens of thousands spread out over 50 states. I mean, we're talking about handfuls, like at the most. And
so not to throw you off too much with adding another layer to this. Are you okay with them adding in the new law where 16 and 17-year-olds can register to vote now?
I don't think so, honestly. No,
I don't either.
I don't. You know, you don't know what the. I know me at 16, 17. I don't know what the fuck I was doing. Frankly, I probably shouldn't have been pulling the lever at 18. I did vote when I was 18. I didn't know what the fuck I was doing then. So, no, I don't think 16 and 17-year-olds should vote. There's a maturity level that's just, you're not ready for that. So, yeah,
ballot harvesting, people think it's a good idea, but I don't. Ballots, trashing mail-in ballots.
So, yeah, I think one of the biggest things here, again, I was trying to say earlier, was that I think people who are worried about fraud worry about it in a larger context. But when you start really drilling into what it would take for it to actually make a difference, it's a really very, very, very difficult thing to do. To cast enough votes, even we're talking about a kind of what you're talking about is people conspiring to cast millions of votes that would probably make,
like Howie, you don't believe that. You don't believe the ballots on the boxes stuffed under the desks and stuff like that, right?
No, I don't believe that. I mean,
depends.
If you
depends.
had, you'd have to really believe that there was fraud in the counting machine.
What about the one where they? What about the one where they? What about the one where they shut down the counting at night? Everybody left except for the Democratic representatives, and then they continued counting a little bit later.
And was that brought up in one of the cases?
I don't know much about that. I mean, where was that?
That's what I'm saying. Was it brought up in one of the cases, and what did the judges say about it?
I can't remember if that was Georgia or Philadelphia. I want to say that was the one that you're talking about, where it was after the Republican people left. That's the one where they pulled the cases out from under the tables.
Yeah. Well, again, I feel like all of this, anything like this has been hashed over in the courts.
I understand that, but what's your opinion? Do you feel that ballots should be counted without having both parties' representatives watching?
No, I don't. I mean, that's the law. I think that's fair. Assuming that did happen. And again, I don't remember the specifics of that.
Well, there was video footage of that.
There's video footage they said there was video footage of a lot of things. that didn't really mean anything. I'm not trying to say you're wrong. I'm just saying that I don't remember specific video footage of that. And I know that some of the things that came out on video footage that they said were
But
one
you
thing turned out to be
understand,
something else.
understand a lot of these court cases that you're saying were thrown out were never heard, right?
Right, because for lack of evidence. There was no.
It wasn't lack of evidence. They were said to not have standing.
They were.
Not have standing because of lack of evidence, though.
But you're saying
That wasn't the word. That wasn't the phraseology.
But,
It was pretty much. It was pretty much. We don't want to hear this. That was pretty much what it was.
Right. Well, let's just. I'm going to go back to just then a critical thinking point here.
I hope that's not what it was.
If they're in
thinking
fact,
or theory,
critical thinking.
Oh, okay.
So critical thinking says it's been 9 months since the election, and nothing credible has made it through a court yet about fraud.
Well, that's his point. He's saying they didn't even look at it. They didn't want to see it.
So some people would say that means there was a conspiracy to hold this down. And what I say is you cannot have a conspiracy with that many people of varying political bents and stripes and geographies.
What if they were not wanting to hear it because they didn't want to see any repeat of January 6th?
I can't see that happening. I just can't see all of those different judges and all of those.
Whoa! Would it be a repeat of January 6th?
No, it would probably
January 6th.
Most of it went before January 6th.
Was after that.
But you're either saying
the election was way before January 6th.
All those different judges individually decided that it was too much to risk, and they abdicated their duty because it was too much to risk for the health of the country, or that they all got together and did that. And neither of those makes logical sense. Neither of those, from a critical thinking standpoint, is likely by any stretch of the imagination. It just doesn't make sense that all of that would happen. It doesn't make sense that 9 months later, you wouldn't have something that would have come out that was definitive if it in fact happened. You've got people looking under every rock, and you'd have to have the biggest conspiracy in the history of the world with thousands and thousands of actors involved, everybody keeping quiet about this conspiracy for this evidence, something definitive not to have come out. And that just doesn't happen. It just doesn't happen.
I could believe it because we're 18. How much are we in since COVID? 2+ years? 2 years? Is it 2 years?
Year and a half, almost.
Year and a half, 18 months. And people are still saying that this guy said this today. He said recent data suggests that wearing a mask had no impact on transmission. None? No impact? Like, are we still there?
Oh, that's a tired.
That's a whole nother conspiracy theory. Oh, and then finishes it off with even Fauci knew and has admitted it. Obviously, they don't watch the podcast, huh?
I get the need for explanations. I get the distrust of government. I don't really trust government either. The thing that differentiates me from a lot of folks is that I think that most of the people, the elected officials that are in government, particularly in national government, are in it for themselves. And they are so self-involved that to actually pull together any sort of conspiracy would be a fucking miracle. I think that there's a level of that the kind of conspiracies that a lot of people place on the government would require a level of competence that the government, generally speaking, does not have. The people who run it do not have. I mean,
hey, Frank Spencer. Spencer. Let's Talk About It podcast, episode 16. It's titled Fauci's Emails. We did a whole hour and a half on it. Check it out. 100%. There's not an email in all of those emails that says he said that mask. What was the quote? Let me get this for you. I don't want to mess it up. I don't want to mess it up.
Had no effect on the transmission.
That masks are not proven to work. Recent data suggested that there was no impact. No impact. Careful with your words. No impact on transmission. Even Fauci knew and admitted such. We went through this. He didn't.
I didn't read the email, so
nobody reads them, bro. That's the point. Nobody reads them.
But did he specify whether he was talking about like the crossings we wear versus
he was talking
to
nope, he was talking. That was in his interview in 60 Minutes. I know you saw our podcast on Fauci's emails. What he said was he was in a conversation with another person, a lady, and she was about to try. It was early on. Keyword, she was about to travel somewhere, and she asked him if she should wear a mask, and he said, I don't think you could. The CVS cloth masks aren't going to help you. You're not going to need one where you're going because of the transmission rate where she was going. However, my problem is not with that. My problem was saying that we're all smart here. I don't know if Scott went to college or not. I didn't go to college. Howie didn't go to college. Well, he went to college and the military. Very smart guy. And I'm just telling you now that you can't argue physics. You can't say there's no help of any mask. I don't give a fuck if it's like your dirty underwear and your fucking spadoodles coming out of your mouth and some of it gets absorbed into your fucking underwear before it goes into the air and infects somebody else. You can't tell me with a straight face and a regular mind, not even a smart mind, that there is no transmission effect. Like you can't help it at all. None. That's what the quote was. I mean, come on, man. We fucking retarded. This is gonna help some. It's like that's why we cover our fucking mouth when we cough, you fucks. Like Jesus, I hate when people say that. Oh,
if that's your logic, you could be standing in front of a screen door and say it's having some effect.
I know, and we said that, but I wouldn't say it wouldn't have no effect because some of the fucking spadiddle will become. That was a good example that you used because someone told me that he's like, it's just like a screen, bro. If your fucking neighbor's cooking actually it's female, we think. We're not even sure if it's a female or male. Barbecue's coming in, man. And Scott had a good point. That's true. You can shut your window. You might still smell the barbecue. But the real question is, if you were on my porch with a handful of barbecue, put it in your mouth or kept it in your hand, and I'm in the screen, and you throw it at the screen, some of it's going to hit. I'm going to get some barbecue sauce on me, but you're not going to fucking tell me that screen didn't fucking do nothing to stop some of it. Like, come on, man. It's to stop the stuff coming out of your mouth from floating in the air and getting in their mouth, not fucking protecting you from COVID. It's on the side of the box, man. How fucking stupid do you have to be? It says right on the side of the box, does not protect you from COVID-19 because it doesn't protect you from COVID-19. It protects your fucking spit from going to somebody else. Like 18 months, and you still got to explain this shit. That's a comment from today, bro. From today. That is ridiculous. And people are, would you watch fucking CNN fake news? When you watch fucking Fox News fake news? You're fake news. When you post that shit, you're fucking fake news, bitch. Go ahead. I got it all out. He said, okay, my bad.
Are you all right? Are you better?
I'm good. I know I bring up the mask thing a lot, but it's mind blowing. It's mind blowing to me that you still have to explain that. Good fucking friends of mine still think I'm a fucking idiot because I wore a mask for 18 months. They're pretty smart fucking people. I only wear my mask if I have to. Right. I told you 3 weeks ago that I identify as fucking vaccinated.
Oh God.
It is what it is. It is what it is, bro. No, when I had to wear one. Had to wear one on a really hot day, and I was inside and outside, and it fucking sucked.
You live though.
But I don't think my fucking life, my rights are on the like. Come on, man, stop with this shit. We can get driver's license, fishing license, fuck everything else we can do. Wear your fucking seatbelt or get a ticket. Don't go too fast. Fucking don't make sure your car's inspected. Make sure, but now you're taking my fucking rights away, motherfucker. Like, come on, man. Fuck that shit. I don't know why I always get a deep Southern accent when I do that, but it just comes out. I'm sorry. Anyways, great podcast, boys.
Well,
Hey,
listen, Howie, I want to apologize again and just say I'm sorry, man. I do get heated, and I appreciate you sticking in there and hanging out. And you know,
I've seen enough of you to know.
well, I
yeah.
appreciate
Hey,
that. Well, listen, you know what? I appreciate the fact that you've seen enough of me that you still wanted to come on and talk with me. So
look, honestly.
you can send hate mail, and we can laugh about it next week.
Yep. Oh, he has. That's what I was gonna tell you. He's my show rundown, man. Every Thursday afternoon, once he watches the podcast, we talk about it. We'll be on the phone for another hour and a half. I've been saying, yo, come on the podcast. And you know what? I'm kind of offended, Scott, because you just met Howard. You guys had a great exchange, and that's why we do this.
I know.
I don't think it got too out of control. It got to the tipping point, but we brought it back, and that's good. But the reason I'm fucked up is you storm off when you're arguing with me and never fucking come back to the next week. And took you about 27 hours to apologize via text message. You apologized to him 3 times already.
That's just because he doesn't have my phone number.
That's true.
That's right. I got to get that in now. That's because,
Yeah.
G, I know you love me. We hurt the ones we love, and you know, it's I knew you. I knew you'd forgive me. I wasn't so sure about Howie.
Oh, I wasn't. Like, that's what I look for, man. I don't want to argue, but it's a good. I love to hear that other people's perspectives.
Yeah,
You know.
I listen, Howie. I know the other. This is what I said last week. If you were watching, was that I know that I can get worked up and when I shouldn't be, and yeah, sometimes.
Well, I knew it was coming because every Thursday, like, he's ready, yo. He's like, yo, make sure you tell Scott. And I was like, you know what? You need to tell Scott. And we'll have these long ass phone calls. I'm like, yo, we just did a great podcast. But he's like, nah, man, I'm not gonna do it. His wife's out of town on not vacation for work. His wife's out of town. So I said, oh shit, you might have some time. And he's like, yeah, I might do that. I sent him the link, and there he is, baby. So we may never see him again, but he's here, yo.
Please do come back. Yeah. No hard feelings on my end, man, and I hope none of
No, that was great,
man. No, not at all. It's not getting heated. It's just getting passionate, man. That's all.
There you go.
Dude, there are so many more topics that you guys need to talk about. I'm telling you, you should come back. Maybe not every week, maybe every other week, whatever.
I was gonna say, well, let's spread them out a little bit.
Look, Frank Spencer, love this podcast. Love you guys. See, that's what I'm talking about. That's much love.
Appreciate it, man. I know I pissed you off too, man. I'm sorry. I'm apologizing to everybody tonight.
Now to really piss Scott off before we go. Let's really piss Scott off before he goes to bed. And Howie, I want you to tell him, you know what I'm talking about. The bad thing that you said you might mention, but you probably won't because it's going to be a blow up. Remember that one? Go ahead.
I got no more blood left in me, man. It's late.
Don't care. First time on the show, you think I wasn't gonna get him? Come on, man.
I wasn't expecting it. You get me too every time. I mean, you don't get me with that.
That's good. No, that was a great fucking podcast, dude. I know. Last time we had a conversation like that, you stormed off. We're never gonna let you forget that shit.
Yeah,
but
I know.
That's what we do, bro. That was great. And Erin, shout out to Erin. I don't know if she's still watching. She's been in and out of the show. Erin, your sister, she left abruptly as well. She has not been back. She has been watching and commenting.
Oh,
but
she did.
Erin,
by the way, we did.
Come on,
Michelle did talk to her. She had a work thing.
Don't care. Gotti. Yo, special shout Frank Spencer, Chris McDowell, Robin Lynn. Who else? Me, I commented. Look at that. Mickey Wright, June Hardenberg, Aaron Michelle. We were just talking about you. Come back, Aaron. We love you, Aaron. Come on back. And for joining the show, we got Howard Nuck. I won't even tell you his whole name. We got Howie. We got Scott motherfucking Hicks. We got fucking Craig Robinson. We got TJ Bellwood and fucking and whatnot. Rey Mysterio and somebody else. I'm missing. Who am I missing? It's me, Scott, and whatnot. TJ Bell, Howie. Oh, Craig motherfucking Robinson. Shout out to all y'all. We love you. Tuned in late. It's okay. Rewatch it, baby. It's y'all good. Your big ass head. I do got a big ass head. Yeah, it's okay. Rewatch. It's all about the rewatch. And share it for me. Just share it, man. Tell your buddies. Be like, yo, this podcast every Wednesday night, 7:30. These boys just get in it. They just talk about it. Come on the show. Do your thing. Thank y'all for coming out. It's really important to us to see all this interaction. We love y'all. See you next week. Smooches, baby.